This is a reaction video. It is covered under fair use. This is a reaction video. It's covered under fair use.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Now, strap season, I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pull strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge for the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef, and they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a beast. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they want to call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pull strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes, I'm the kingpin.
Going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? I know I am. You know what I'm saying? I am having a great weekend. Every time there's a fight come up, and it just seems like it's just going to be a great weekend, man. You know, just the anticipation of the fight, being off from work. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I'm saying? Being able to relax with your family. You know, it's like just life is just worth living. The weekends are worth living for. Um, man, Frank Martin, even though this isn't a monumental fight, I think this shit is going to be off the chain. Going to give Frank Martin a chance to shine and just display some of his skills and stuff. And man is on a whole nother level. He's looking better and better every time he entered the ring. Look like he's done worked on something. Look like either got a little quicker, or you got or you know what I'm saying, or his combinations a little bit more sharper. It's just that when he comes correct, bro. And that's what I love about Frank Martin. You know, he just one of them fighters that really want to display his talent. And that's kind of getting rare because, you know, we living in a time where the fighters just got this big fight syndrome shit. going on. Even when you fight the little guys, you should be on top of your game. Just drinking some of that coffee. What's going on, Edgar Chavez? What's going Tremaine in the building? What's happening, my brother? What's going on, BH? Salute to you. Eric Johnson, salute. Omega Reg, salute. And Calvin Ringo, salute. They get people time to get in here. So, yeah, I was just looking at the all access teaser, and look like this one here gonna be off the chain right here. This gonna be off the chain. Look like they're gonna go, say into a little bit more footage of the training of Errol Spence Jr. and look like they're gonna go into a little bit more of the training of Terrence Crawford, and look like they're talking, more about, what I'm saying, about winning the fight, and that's what we want to hear, man. We want to see the what I'm saying, the competition between them. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the competitiveness between the two. We want to hear more and look like they do better. Both of these guys, since they kind of introverted, what I'm saying, when they in their own little realms and shit, then they're more comfortable to speak out the way they can find their thoughts and what they're trying to convey to the people. And it's like, wow, what I'm saying? Because I was just looking, we're gonna look at the teaser a little bit together and break it down and things like that. What's going on, Jay Watch 4? What's going on, my brothers? I'm gonna get that name, bro. How I gotta get it, bro. It's like, look like you're gonna be here, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta get that name down. Oh man. I'm just waking up, y'all. So forgive me. I be up making videos all night and trying to, put stuff out there. And so the next day I just be, I be tired, bro. But, what I'm saying, it's all for the passion and the love of the sport and give us a space where we come in here, what I'm saying, and chop it up about it, man. Cause this is a niche sport, not it ain't for everybody. And, if you haven't been watching it, you don't know what the hell, you're talking about or looking at. So it's just great to have a space where we can come and, what I'm saying, like really, really, what I'm saying, get on all the little details of what we like about boxing. And one thing about it, EJ looked like, man, the dude looked like he is extremely focused, bro. Um, I know it's kind of hard to tell because he always laid back about everything, but you'll see in this teaser some of the stuff that he's getting into, what I'm saying, to make sure he's in top shape. And I mean, he's really going inside his wallet, to like really pull out all the stops, mm, which he should have been doing any goddamn way. As soon as he got that money, kind of like you remember, y'all remember LeBron James. They said something like LeBron James spent like $1 million. What I'm saying? He put $1 million into his body, probably even more. I don't even know. I don't know how you could put a damn $1 million into your body, bro. I mean, I know that's probably including like CAT scans and you know what I'm saying? Like you going to the doctor constantly, trainers and paying people, you know what I'm saying, to make sure your health is A1. I could see that. I could see that happening. And once athletes start doing stuff like that, or they got the resources, yeah, you could last 20 years in the sport. What I'm saying, taking care of yourself like that. Because, back in the day, if you fell down and got an injury, hell, you were just hurt for a little while and you had to get your ass up and come fight, come on, play the next game. Now they taking these guys out, letting them sit out, what I'm saying, as soon as they get a, what I'm saying, a little jam finger, what I'm saying, they going to the doctor, motherfuckers flying motherfuckers in to look at them. What I'm saying? But, back in the day, it wasn't like that. You had to last as long as your body lasted. Where these guys, they really pampering themselves and getting CAT scans, X-rays, and getting fixed up, and you know what I mean. So, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron got cybernetic parts or some shit. But that's what's happening. These fighters, the technology is getting better, and so they're learning that to take care of themselves if they're going to be in these kind of sports. So because you only got one life to live, man. And I'm just so impressed by the training some of these guys are doing. Because this stuff was like unheard of back in the day. Just some of the things that they know, about the body and how to recover and things like that. It's just amazing what we know and what we didn't know back in the day. So, just to see both of these fighters growing as adults, to see how they what's going on, my brother. Hey, just to see them grow, what I'm saying, as mature young men, and just taking care of their business. It's amazing, man. Crawford looked like he's in top shape. Let me see. He looked like he's in good shape. He was looking like, ripped up, looking like a piece of rock or something, man. The motherfucker was like a statue and shit. Like, what I'm saying? It was impressive. I mean, he always comes in good shape, but I think you could tell he's really no, this is extra. It's a little different. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on. See if I can pull that up real quick. Show y'all what I'm talking about. I mean, he's still small. I mean, I think he beefed up just a little bit, but he's still small. But we're gonna take a look at him right quick. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. This is what he looking like right now. And I got it. That's the video that I did. There. Let me see if I can go back. Let's see. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Now we know EJ looked like he in damn good shape. Okay, there you go. I don't know why it's not responding. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop it right there. Now that boy right there, he looked like he in good shape, man. Oh damn. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he looked like he in damn good shape. I mean, look at his shoulders. What I'm saying? Pause all the little bullshit. What I'm saying? We ain't getting into no gay shit. This is all about seeing if the nigga is he battle ready. Look like he got damn armor on or some shit, don't it? It motherfucker look like an anime character. This shows you that Terrence Crawford is ready, bro. I mean, look at he look like Bruce Lee or some shit, like a nigga Bruce Lee. I mean that's how Bruce Lee used to look, y'all. That he was ahead of his time, all shredded up like this here. That's good. I mean, look at him. I mean, this means we're gonna get a hellified fight, yo. Well, when you see if a nigga take his shirt off and he look like this here, what I'm saying, you might want to just, what I'm saying, keep it moving. Look at. I mean, the boy is shredded, man. I mean, I don't know if it's all for show. Look like he been hitting too many reps, or biologically, some Negroes just got it like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, Elliot, you ever like went to school and it was that dude that never had to hit weights, but his body looked like this?
Well, you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a cousin that's slim like that I can't figure out what's going on with his metabolism. Like he eat like all types of trash. I mean, man, he
Honey buns,
yeah,
butterfingers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Teeth just get whiter. Mm-hmm.
I seen something interesting today. D-Town Boxing posted a video of when Errol went to that fight, and him and Bud was having conversations. They was talking, going back and forth. In that video, you got some people that's. I mean, I think the media may have said it, and I think that boxing one white boy said something about the height. And said something about Errol having on some extenders or some high boots or some old weird shit about his boots not really being as tall as Crawford. In that old video, when he went to that boxing event, you see him standing next to Terrence Crawford in this video. Terrence
Mm-hmm.
Crawford looking up at Errol to look him in the eyes, and
What?
you can see the clear difference in that sight in that old video.
Mm-hmm.
That debunks what these people are saying about him. In the first, in the first interview, he was wearing something high. In the second interview, you can see he's a little shorter. Nope, he is way taller than Crawford.
Well, the thing is, they are, they're going to go back and forth. Anything that puts Errol Spence Jr. over Terrence Crawford, it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm
And
saying? They can't just accept reality. If you see a nigga sitting there and he's taller than you and his frame is bigger than you, and you say no, he ain't bigger than him. He ain't tall. How you gonna argue with that? I mean, how you gonna argue with a nigga that looking at you can look at them side by side and tell that one is taller, one is bigger. Oh no, he got lifts in his shoes. Like why Errol Spence Jr. got to do that?
I put the video on your private chat so you could check it out. And man, I was like, I never had an issue. I never had an issue or thinking that he was shorter or he had lifts or any type of weird shit.
Well, me neither. It's just that they competitive on every little thing. You know what I'm saying? If they say, Errol Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying, if he breathed, you know what I'm saying, H2O, they're gonna say, but he one of them things where, they just don't want to give EJ the edge, you know what I'm saying, on anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just competitive. Uh,
And looking at this picture that you got up here, he looks
mhm.
really, really small in the shoulders. Like his shoulder width looks small. When I see Errol, Errol look like he's spreading out, look like he's way, way bigger from left to right. Looks bigger, man. This guy is small. And
Well,
he
yeah, he is small. There ain't no question that Terrence Crawford small, but what do you think about his overall shape? I mean, he kind of always looked like this, though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But not. Maybe he's a little bit more ripped than usual. But he got the what 6 pack going on now, 8 pack or whatever you want to call it.
I
I
said
mean,
it.
mhm.
Go ahead, you got it.
No, I was just finishing. You know, saying like look like the boy look like he hard. Look like he's ready to go. Look like he's tough. You
Yeah,
know.
I said it before though. He's training to get a little stronger, and he's training to take body shots. He wouldn't
Hmm.
he wouldn't tighten himself up real good as far as his muscles go. So they got a smart camp over there when it comes to them wanting to be physically durable, but he's still small though. Even if you're physically durable, you're competing against a guy that's way way bigger than you, going to hit way way harder than you. You're gonna have to last 12 rounds with this dude in this ring. Can you? You can't. I don't see him. Can't. You took off the weight that was protecting your bones from being able to absorb punches. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like
Hmm.
you shrinking down your body fat and your skin and tightening up your skin to produce muscles is taking off your
Mm.
protection. You didn't shrunk yourself down. He hit you on the side of your neck, you're gonna feel that vibration. He hit you in your hip, you're gonna feel that vibration. He hit you in your side or your ribs, you're gonna feel vibration. Earl,
Hmm.
Earl is at a weight where those vibrations doesn't matter because he's big enough and he's still solid enough when he comes in the ring on fight night because these guys are going to rehydrate. But this guy here then went to the extreme, shrinking away. I mean, like you can see the cut and all in him. He got no body fat on him. It looked like.
Hmm.
It's,
And that's true, man. And like what's my man? Who what he say? He say he's flexing too. He is
even when,
flexing.
go back when you see Udanis Ugas body before and after, before and during the fight. Udanis Ugas didn't even look like this. There's no reason to look like this except you're a smaller guy trying to come up and fortify yourself.
Well, we know that Bud Crawford got that Napoleon complex. He definitely like he's big. He's like the poster child for Napoleon complex.
Yeah,
Um,
they got a
because it. Hmm.
they got a Napoleon movie coming out soon too. I can't remember exactly when it's coming out, But we
That
just
that's gonna be a fire ass movie if they do it right. Cause Napoleon was a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
guess
He was
who's
short little nigga, but he was a bad motherfucker. Now,
guess who's playing Napoleon?
mm, don't
Uh,
don't disappoint me.
nah, man, from the trailer.
who who playing him?
What's the boy's name? Fucking, he's the Joker. The Joker, Joaquin, whatever the hell his name is.
Oh,
The
I thought you were say Jack Nicholas. Goddamn it! I'm like,
oh,
what?
Jack Nicholas. The Joker, whatever his name is. He got the cut in his mouth, the cut in his lip.
Oh man, he did, didn't he? The one that didn't he die? I think he killed had suicide or whatever.
No, you
The
talking
one that.
about from the Batman trilogy shit. No, not that. I'm talking
Mm.
about the Joker movie.
Oh no, him.
Yeah, him.
Oh man, he's a weird puss punk ass looking dude, man. Come on, bro. It's
It,
like, hi. I mean, maybe he could transform. I mean, maybe he got range like that.
man, the
Uh,
trailer looks crazy. The trailer looks really good, and that fucking uh, Bonaparte dude. He was a weird looking little guy anyway. He was a little strange and all that type of shit, but he wasn't strange.
yeah,
He was a strange weirdo. He was just strange. He reminds me, when I look at history, he reminds me of that one Caesar who just like Caligula. That's who he reminds me of. If you familiar with history and you know anything about Caligula, he
yeah, yeah. I don't think we could compare Napoleon to goddamn Caligula.
yeah, that was his. That's how they portraying him in this movie. Like his appetite,
Really?
his appetite for sex was uncontrollable. Like they couldn't, control him when it came to that. He just wanted women. Like they show a scene where he's under the dinner table with one of the girls. Man, it's wild.
Well, Caligula made a horse a senator, so
Yeah.
it's a little different. He was a little different. You know.
Remember, he also played Alexander the Great. Remember?
Hmm.
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. That was
You talking about what's his name? He old as
I don't
fuck
care
now.
about that. No, he played.
Now that was a weird movie.
That's one of those damn Caesars he played in the Gladiator movie. He played one of those Caesars in the Gladiator movie. I can't remember which one that was, but
But he liked snails and he liked oysters. So that's some weird ass movies like that when you go back to history. But I don't think Napoleon. Yeah, I don't know about that side of it. But as a military strategist, the boy he was on another level with it. You
and
know.
and they showing all that in the movie. Like when he went in this, they showing you that the reason he went into Egypt and blew up the Sphinx, blew the noses off the Sphinx. They got that whole scene in the movie.
We already know why they did that. They're trying to whitewash. It's like so important for them to whitewash history. Oh, let me get that $5 super sticker. Thank you, my brother, for that $5 super sticker. I didn't mean to ignore it. I just get to running in my mouth. I forget. And how you pronounce his name? Javier, Javier who? Thank you for that $5 super sticker, bro. I'm gonna get your name down, bro. It's like, you know,
Hava Yahoo, man.
Hava Yahoo. I'm gonna put it down in the abbreviation. Hava, he supports the channel big time. Yes, sir. So yeah. I mean, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, Crawford is looking. I mean, he's looking like he's ready, but like you say, his frame is small, and like you said, if you don't have that much body fat, it's going to be interesting to see how you take those blows from Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol Spence Jr. look like he's in top shape, man. He just look powerful right now. He looked like he's in top, form right now. And I mean, if he hit those ribs, he gonna be hitting nothing but, what I'm saying, what's on the inside, the kidneys, what I'm saying, the liver, all that shit is just right there for display. I don't think his little tight muscles gonna help him out in that situation. I don't think that's gonna help him out. And but I mean, it looks good for what I'm saying. It looks good that look like he's in shape. Um, I'm pretty sure he's pretty strong. You know what I'm saying? But he looked like he's proud. his little body. You know, so that's one thing he always walk around like, you know what I'm saying, he's a little body, like a little miniature bodybuilder or something.
You would
He
think
says,
you would think these guys would stop doing that one pose, like the picture they put up of Mikey Garcia next to their kangaroo. You would think
mm-hmm.
they would stop doing that pose. Like little poses you can do
Oh
that.
yeah. That's kind of how them kangaroos would come with the traps and shit.
If y'all
You
jacked
know.
up, they're like, man,
Mm.
stop that pose, man. Do something else.
Yeah, the Napoleon syndrome, no doubt. I mean, he got it bad, bro. Cause he really want to take down anybody bigger than him. And but you know, it ain't nobody hating on his size. It's just, you know, you got to go out there. You got to fight them big challenges, and you know, stop grabbing these fat dudes that come to your gym and folding them up. This is Tommy Johnson says he was in the movie Gladiator. Okay, yeah, you know. He says, but we'll need that extra around the waist. That's what we're talking about, Brian Bradley. You know, he don't have it. I don't think he have it, and
So
he's never going to have it. He just his body is just wiry, which is good for movement. Um, it's good for movement, but you know, it's not good for absorbing punches.
if,
You know.
remember how I said that he be telling you what he's thinking, and what his plans is without telling
Hmm.
you. He had an
Hmm.
he had an interview where he said that his children was asking him to take this fight, and that's when he decided to take this fight. Now
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. I was like, okay, go ahead, go ahead.
now peep this. Directly after that happens, you go back to holler at Errol talking about some more money. This guy is something else. It's like, okay, so you decide that you're going to take this fight because if your children didn't come to ask you, you was trying to duck out of it as much as you can. Okay, so let me make the best of this situation since my children is asking me. I need to get some more money. It's like,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, I understand that you know, it's cool to want more money, but you know, the way he went about it real mad niggerish. You know, that's the problem. And like Macadon one, what's going on? Salute to you, my brother, in the building, and Ramon Emily Jones, be that God. Salute to y'all. He wears trunks like up there by, let's say, by his second ab, couple of ab muscles right there. He wears trunks somewhere up in there. It's like he be wearing the shit like granddaddy used to wear his pants and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he going to like he wearing a zoot suit pants and stuff, you know, to protect them ribs. Like, you know, it's like he wear them way up high. And it's like, well, he doing that to the wrong person because you know, EJ, he's still gonna go to the body regardless. He don't give a damn. He don't give a damn if you wear your damn trunks up to your neck. You know, because EJ, he gonna go for all that. He's gonna hit you in the neck. He gonna hit you wherever. You know what I'm saying? He believes that, you know, you're exposed. Um, he gonna tear them hips up too. But you know, I mean, good for Terrence Crawford. You know, hitting those staircases up there in Colorado, man. I mean that's that's pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? To go way up, and he does that. He does that Colorado thing a lot, going up those stairs. I don't know where that is, but because I try to stay out of Colorado, man. This Colorado is a mess when it comes to weather. I mean, you can have like four different weathers in Colorado alone as you riding through there, man. I mean, one time I experienced snow, sleet, clear weather. You know what I'm saying? Rain. You know what I'm saying? All just one drive through.
Hmm.
Hmm. Like like you could have a blizzard on the outside of Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be all clear on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like calm, sunny day, but then right on the outskirts, it's a blizzard again. So it's just crazy weather out there out west, you know. But I'm glad that Terrence Crawford is having a good training camp. Don't look like he's suffering no injuries. Did you see where he had his whole family out there? Elliot, did you see where he had his family out there?
No,
Support.
I don't remember seeing that.
I think it was on All Access when he was, you know, he had a family going, and you know, it's just interesting because some of the kids are getting older. and now they're showing a little bit more of the family life. That's just let you know how long they've been around in this thing, man. It's like now you're starting to see EJ Kid, you know what I'm saying, in some of his videos or in some of his pictures. And so these kids are growing up. That boy was a baby. Them girls are growing up. It's like, damn, bro, we getting old or what? Watching these dang fights.
Yeah, fast, quick.
I mean, you remember now the little boy, you know, you can see EJ hitting the bag and you hear the boy hitting the bag, eh, in the background. It's like, oh my goodness, bro, we getting old. What's going on, lawyer to the game, lawyer to the game? Hey, what did you ask any questions? Because I could have swore I heard you asking questions. Um,
No, no,
mm,
no, sir,
mm.
no, sir. How you brothers doing?
Oh man, well, you know how we do. You know, we doing pretty good. You
That's
know.
good, man.
Hmm.
Yeah. Crawford looks like he's in great shape. I wouldn't expect anything less from him. It looks like he bulked up a little bit
Uh huh.
for this fight. Just I guess his team knows that he's going in there with a naturally bigger guy, so we'll have to see how all that bulking plays fight night because we know
Mm-hmm.
we know sometimes that if a person like Wilder against Fury, the last one, sometimes people can't handle, all that bulk. If that's not what they're used to, it could take away from, one thing or another. But look, I didn't expect much less from him. I mean, if there's nothing else about Terrence Crawford, he's a very disciplined guy. He's going to put in the work. I think the results are showing, and I think, I'm just happy to see this because it's going to make for, an excellent fight. May the best man win. But I feel the best man's on the other side. So
Yeah, and look like EJ, look like he's built for power because he's not all lean. He's coming in a lot thicker here. These like with the Ugas fight,
hmm
and you compare him to like the Mikey Garcia fight. So when he was kind of going through his
right,
fat camps, but now
right,
with the nutritionist, he looks like, I mean, he looks way thicker, but yet he's still going
lean.
to be at that weight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I mean, even with him cutting down, he still looks full and healthy. So
yeah,
that's the difference between spending money, using your resources, and hiring you a nutritionist. What I'm saying, so you can have, you could be healthy and come in at your full potential. That's and you saw. Did you see? I think we're gonna do like a little bit of this all access teaser, and on that I don't want to be spoiler, but it's just showing you some of the money he's spending for flexibility training.
yeah.
Um, and I'm just like, wow.
That stuff's important, man, because like him being in a car accident, like that's important. I was in a pretty bad car accident back in 2013, and I didn't do a lot of things that I was supposed to do in terms of rehabilitation.
Hmm.
And it's still, I mean, it's 10 years later, it's still sitting with me. A lot of muscle stiffness, a lot of aches and pains in different places. So, in his profession, and that's why, I say, regardless, like the fan bases talk trash to each other, and, that's the one thing. But I salute both of these guys for getting in the ring because, for this man to rebound the way he did from that car accident, you
In terms of some pause, just called the dude thick.
know. Yeah,
Oh God.
yeah. So yeah, for him to rebound the way he did during from that car accident to be where he's at now, you know, um, that's I mean that's a feat within itself. Like y- we saw the pictures of him in the hospital, and for him to be put himself in a position to be fighting to be the number one fighter, ranked
Hmm.
fighter in the world. I mean that's an achievement by itself, and I really believe that that is going to play a huge part in this fight. That what he was able to fight through to
Hmm.
get himself there, and understanding what it is to be, you know, uh, tough, and
Hmm.
and to dig yourself out of a deficit like that. When shit gets tight in there in the fight, he has that where I'm not saying Terrence Crawford hasn't faced any adversity. Of course, he's a black man in America. He's faced plenty of adversity, but I just don't feel like he's faced enough adversity in the ring based on the opponents he's fought. He's always had the upper hand. Like
Hmm.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
when you're in a position when you don't have the upper hand, and say both of you guys don't have the upper hand, where do you pull that extra reserve from? From what experience?
Hmm.
From what experiences? And I think it's gonna. I really feel like it's gonna come down to that in this fight, and yeah, I can't. Man, I just can't wait. The 29th can't get here fast
I
enough.
know, I know. I feel the same way, man. It's like you like we done talked this thing up and down, so you just kind of like digging for like, God damn, bro, can they
Let's
get in the
go
ring already? Let's go tomorrow.
for real.
Um, and I do believe, like these guys, they've been at it for so long. No one, so ever since they okay, I got you, bro. Ever since they known that they was gonna fight each other, man, they've been like really digging into this training, man. I think we don't even know the half of it. Tell you
Yeah.
the truth, I don't think we know the half of. Hold on, I'm trying to get people clicked in. I'm trying to drop the link. Hold on, let me see. Trying to get this. There we go. There you go, Diva. I don't think we know the half of it, y'all. Especially like Lawyer to the Game was saying. We underestimate what EJ had to do to get back on the world championship to fight on a world championship level. And like he said, they're like when you face adversity like that, what I'm saying, it's personal. What I'm saying, this thing becomes another level, and then the things that they were saying while he was out was
Mhm,
very personal, was very deep, deeply hurtful on a personal level. I don't know how much of that is sticking with EJ, say because he seemed to be like a real reasonable type of guy. But then I did hear that he has another side where he's posting everything up on the wall, and I don't know how much he's going to carry because that could hurt you, and it could help you, and it can hurt you. It can help motivate you, but it can
mhm,
also help make you reckless in the ring.
mhm.
Um, so we got to see which side of that's going to land on. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What you were saying? What's going on, Devon? What's going on? We got some new people. Get everybody up in here. What's going on, Charles? What's happening? What y'all think
What's
about
going on,
What's
Pool?
going on?
what's happening?
Yeah,
What's up,
man. I
G?
just I think Spence is going to win, but if I have to play devil's advocate, the one thing that I'm going to be careful about with Crawford is that dude got some speed on his punches, and typically Crawford's speed carries through the fight. If you watch his fights, his speed doesn't necessarily go away. EJ's going to affect that speed with the body punching, but Crawford just has to be fast enough to catch him. And I think that's something that Spence and his camp is going to have to account for is Crawford's speed. I mean,
Hmm.
that guy's very quick to the punch. And the speed carries, like I said. So the back half of that fight, Spence has to still be on point. He can't start slipping. But I think Spence is going to win the fight just based off of, like you guys said, his history, his pedigree, and his durability. I think that's enough for him to win the fight. But he's gonna have to pay attention to that speed aspect, man. Crawford's very, and once he starts fainting, Spence is gonna have to, be on point with that shit. Um, but overall, man, I can't wait. I'm with all of you. I can't wait for this fight. A couple more weeks, and we're gonna see.
Facts.
Yeah, well, I know I haven't seen Bud get hit as many times I've seen him get hit in the last two fights. I've never seen him get hit like that. The you got one. It begs the question of has the reaction time slipped? I think it has. I think there are always defensive liabilities um, with Bud Crawford. If we're being honest, the easiest way to explain that is that, well, look at who he's been fighting. But I definitely think there's some defensive liabilities there, and the Spence camp knows it. Derek James knows it. You know, that's what he's referring to. You know, with the analogy of the glass shield versus the metal shield, and that's true. I mean, if you look at what David Avanesian was able to hit Bud with the shit that he hit Bud with in the southpaw, out of the southpaw stance, mind you, out of the southpaw stance, the punches that he was able to land on him, he better be glad that wasn't EJ hitting him with that shit. So, you know, I will be there. My flight leaves on the 27th. Hope to see y'all there. Pool, you going?
Oh hell no.
Damn. Hey, anybody on the panel going, man? Let's link up at the weigh-in. Who gonna
Nah,
be
man,
where?
I'll be at home watching it on TV.
Yeah.
No, I ain't
Okay,
trying
well,
to. I'm not trying to take out a student loan, man, to
well,
get
I mean,
into a damn fight.
it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I look at it like, you know, I'm a, you know, you only live once and you gotta, you know, but I hear that. You know, I'm gonna buy it too, so I can have it on the DVR.
It's
Hey,
gonna don't
can
get
I
hustled. Don't get hustled out there. You know,
the guy who
y'all
hit the
spending,
speaker?
y'all balling like that. They're gonna send the little honeys out there to lead you to the hotels and stuff.
Honey, I'm a grown ass man, bro. I'm gonna go out that hole. I'm going out that hole. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go flick it up in front of the Mayweather, in front of the TMT gym, flick it up in front of there, and hit the cigar bar, have me a nice stogie and a drink, get some of that good smoke, go check that weigh-in, play a little poker, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we doing.
Oh yeah, it
But
sounds like
yeah,
a good time, bro.
yeah,
Sounds like a
Yeah.
good
man, hell
time.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm that type of dude. I'm gonna get me a drink at the damn liquor store. I ain't buying that high ass liquor. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be
Well,
right in
I'm
the
gonna have an
parking lot with some
I'm gonna get
niggas
me
and
an
stuff around
Airbnb.
the way. We talking and we're gonna be smoking. We'll buy us some damn cigar. I ain't sitting up in that. That shit is hot, bro. Everything's gonna be jacked up around there since the fights coming to town.
You know what's
And
strange though is
mhm,
that honestly, the economic impact of this fight, it will
yeah,
be felt. It will be felt, but let's be honest. Canelo Charlo is gonna be gonna be one of them things what you talking about. Cause this shit gonna be mostly niggas. This some shit for the niggas. You know what I'm saying? Let's just
mm,
keep it real. This shit for the niggas, dog. They not getting the money. I think the financial is going to be disappointing on this fight personally, which is what I always said. You know what I mean? I haven't been on the show in a while, but the last few times, I remember talking about, you might remember this where I said both guys, the delay with this fight is both guys think it's a extra large pizza, meat lovers pizza. And it ain't no more of them shits going around. This shit a medium two topping. That's what it is in terms of the money. You feel me? And if you buy two, goddamn it, you get them for $10 a piece. So
but
that's
think about this. We may get two fights out of this, y'all.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I'm
may.
saying? We might get two
ideally,
fights. I
ideally.
mean, can you imagine, bro? I mean, that would in this era to get two great fights like this. I mean, from two great fighters like this, that's unheard of, bro. We don't see that shit no more.
Right.
That
Mm-hmm.
shit, that shit like watching a damn unicorn. You
Well,
know,
you're talking about the skill level and the intrigue and the history behind it, and you are correct. This is some shit, outside of what Floyd didn't get nothing like this until the end of his career with Manny Pacquiao, literally damn near his last fight. So for these guys to be at this point, yeah, but the money is not going to be, it ain't going to be. So props to these guys for making the fight. I remember you was saying, Pool, you was like, man, this shit ain't gonna happen. I was like, it's
Well,
gonna happen.
well,
It's gonna happen.
I would say this. I'm a little optimistic on the money part. I think only because of, and I know that Ryan Garcia is Mexican
Uh-huh.
American, but only because it was very hopeful to see that people still paid. There was 1.3 million buys behind that, you know. So, and let's just say, even if it falls short of that, I think it should be successful. I mean, on the
When you
low
say
end.
successful, 300,000 is a disappointment
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this
yeah. Well,
fight.
yeah. I mean, when I say
Mm-hmm.
successful, I mean at least 700,000 to 800,000 buys, close to it,
It
close to
better
two.
do. It better
oh,
do
oh, oh,
between
oh,
six and
oh,
eight.
this
It
fight is
better.
gonna do way better than that,
Oh
bro. Let me
yeah.
tell you something. Look at the all access. Look at what the promotions that they're putting into it. It's gonna do well, bro. These guys are the
I have a feeling
best.
it will. I have a feeling it's going to do well
Yeah, yeah,
because I
because
think it was just planned well to
what?
follow Tank and Ryan. I think it was
Oh
planned well.
yeah, yeah,
I
and
don't know that it
word of
was
mouth.
planned. I don't know that if it. I don't know that it was a. I don't know that is that it was a cause so much as it was an effect of the fact that that happened.
Right.
I don't think this fight was necessarily was something where it was okay. We're gonna drop it because if that was the case, they would have faced off in the ring on that platform. That's the reason why I say that.
It was the business of it that,
Right.
but once the business got figured out, they had to hurry up and get it in because
Right.
they're fighting for these dates for these places because
Right.
each weekend got a date. So
Right.
it's a lot goes into it. Everything's got to match up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You got to get the venue. You got to get the companies, the networks
Right.
together. Who the in circuit networks. You know what I'm saying? The pay per views. Even the people who pirate this shit. You know what I'm saying? Got to pay for circuits. You know what I'm saying? To have access to it. So it's a lot of business going on. These guys make a lot more money than you think from different
Mhm.
revenues and different revenue
Oh,
streams
them
and stuff.
patches going for them patches on the trunk, them patches going for 150,000 each,
Yeah,
two hundred
man.
Hmm.
I think
thousand.
that's what Earl's trying to explain to Bud. Like, man, this back end money is about to be so crazy, bro. Like, you so worried about guarantee. Like, this back end money for concessions, all that stuff, bro. We get all that.
Yeah, and the truth of the matter is, this is by far easily the best promoted promotion that Terrence Crawford has been a part of,
Hmm.
Hmm.
without a doubt. And it just, I don't like to cry over spilt milk. I just say that, can you imagine if he didn't re-sign with Top Rank when he did, and he would have just came over to the PBC when people like Keith Thurman was available, and like in the beginning of this whole welter deepness of the welterweight division, the fight probably would have been, it would have probably happened already, or maybe not, but it probably would have been even bigger.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you if this fight flops, then boxing is done.
It's
Right.
not gonna flop. I'm just saying that
No, no,
the
no,
money.
no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying overall in general. If this fight flops, this fight,
Right.
between the two best of the
Right.
best in their primes, you know what I'm saying? Well, Crawford maybe a little bit past his prime, but you know what I'm saying. Two of the top going at it. If this fight fails, then boxing is done, bro.
Yeah.
It's done. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get no better than this in this era right now. This is the best fight of this era.
Yeah.
So if it goes out there and this fight flops, bro, what does that say about boxing, bro?
This
Yeah.
Hmm.
shit dead.
Hey,
Cause
Paul, you know
Yeah.
what though? I think it's gonna be good, man. Because out here where I'm at, I'm in Detroit. Man, you got certain venues that usually don't charge people to come in. They charging
That's the
people to come
niggas.
in and watch that fight.
You in the D.
hmm
Hmm.
yeah.
But yeah, so for me, it's I'm looking at the whole big picture. They got they gonna this fight here, y'all, and we're gonna be witnesses to this. They're gonna bring boxing back, bro. That's why this fight is gonna do so well through word of mouth. And boxing always kind of been like that. Cause especially when we didn't have the social media age. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was always like a word of mouth thing, and these fights did millions. And I think right now, I think this fight is going to bring boxing all the way back. And I think Jamel Charlo, Canelo, that's why they pumping it up and setting it up the way they are because they're bringing boxing all the way back. Now, can they keep it? You know what I'm saying at that level. You know what I'm saying where
Hmm.
they could get more and more people in. That remains to be seen. But right now, look like this fight here is going to be the catalyst to bringing boxing all the way back to the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing too, now Al Heyman has control of the welterweight division completely. That
Mm.
WBO was holding Bob Arum, holding him up for years now.
Yeah.
He's flushed. Al
Yeah.
Heyman controls all the chips in the welterweight division.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's another
And,
thing to pay attention to.
oh, they
That's why
hate that
Bob is so
shit.
stuck on T.O. now.
Yeah.
Oh, they hate that shit. Mm-mm.
Hey, do y'all think Bud has a? I was thinking about this today, man. Do y'all think that Bud has another gear that we just haven't seen yet?
I
No.
think he does. I think he
We'll
has
know
another
when we
gear,
see
and I
if we
think
see it.
Spence and those guys are gonna have to be careful. I think Spence is gonna win this fight, but I'm not gonna downplay Bud's second half ability. Like he definitely has a second gear. Absolutely.
I don't know if it's one we haven't seen though. Well, if
That's
you
what I'm
if you
saying.
take a look at the Mean Machine fight after he got cracked, I feel like that gear he went into there to just fight him like that. I
It's
believe
it's it's fight or flight,
yeah,
fight or flight.
yeah, and I think a big part of it has been that he's had that gear, but he hasn't fought athletic guys like himself who can give that gear back to him as well.
That's
Mhm.
You
true.
know, again, but not to take nothing away from him at all. Maybe we may see some things now because sometimes people are get really amped up for certain things, certain fights. But we have to play devil's advocate with that same question as well with Spence, because I remember I was at the Lamont Peterson fight, and I'm not saying Terrence Crawford is Lamont Peterson, but I saw things that Errol Spence did in that fight that I didn't know he was capable of doing as well.
Yep. I seen him switch stands. I seen him switch stands on Lamont Peterson.
Yeah, I've seen him catch Lamont Peterson bouncing, going backwards off the rope and caught him with an uppercut. It was just so nasty the way he did it.
Oh yeah, oh
And
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, Paul. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He had,
And you knew it
I,
was
I,
over.
yeah, he got. I think that's what makes this such a great fight, man. Because as much as you may have may have picked your side, you can't be a true fan of the sweet science of boxing if you can't give both sides the adamant amount of credit going into this fight.
Now you talking because I was about to say Lamont Peterson ain't no motherfucking Bud
Yeah, that's
Crawford,
what I
dog.
said.
Like,
I
yeah,
said that
Lamont. I
initially.
mean, I get it. It was, and that was some years ago, and a lot has happened for
Mhm.
both guys. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Since then, Bud, I think Bud has to box the best fight of his life.
Mhm.
I think he needs to be on a scale of 100%, one to the 100%. Uh, how flawless he needs to be, you talking like 95%,
Mhm.
92, 90,
High
92%.
90s. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be like he got to be. His ass better be keyed in. Now, if I had to ask the same question of Errol Spence, I would say, eh, you know, 89, 88, 87,
He has
86.
more. Yeah, right. He has more room for
85.
error.
He got margin for error.
Yeah.
Boom. He got
So
room. Yeah, he got more room for
Yeah.
error than
Crawford does.
Bud Crawford. Crawford better fight. He can win. And only a fool would say he can't. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But
Yeah.
he better be on point. And he need. But the problem is if EJ is what he's supposed to be, what he should be training to be. Derek should have him right. He should box the best fight of his life. And if
Yeah.
that happens, and they both do their best, I still say Errol Spence win.
And
Yeah.
you
so
know
let
what
But
me
you
too? I've
but
been
you
kind
but
of
you
worried
know
about the preparation too
yeah,
of Bud because
let me ask
I
a
mean,
question.
yeah.
Yeah, so when y'all say boxing, what are y'all saying about boxing? What's y'all definitions of boxing? Is it moving around, hitting and
It's different styles, bro. It's different styles. It's different styles, bro. It's just
let
different
me
styles. They
finish.
both boxing. I'm just saying, like,
Can I finish?
huh?
when we say boxing, he means
I
like
know,
he's talking about
I know, Paul.
okay,
He
okay.
he said he has to be 100%. So what are you saying? He has to move around and hit and not get hit. Is that what we're defining
Well,
boxing as? What
we would say
normally
that
define boxing as?
we
Or
would say we would say Bud is more if you're talking about it from a technical perspective, Bud is gonna be the one that's gonna be boxing. He's gonna be the one that'll be doing the bouncing and the quick
okay,
in and out.
so with that
Mhm.
said, right?
Yeah.
Can we compare Bud to Chris Algieri movement when he fought Errol
Well, no,
Spence?
I don't think
Did,
anybody's really
have we
doing that though.
have we seen Bud move as much as Chris Algieri, uh, Karen from that last fight?
Oh,
That
yeah,
what's the
Yeah.
yeah,
name?
Against
yeah, he moves.
Victor
Bud
Post
moves.
against Victor Postol, we seen that. I
And
mean,
Yeah,
how
he
long
moves.
and how many years has this been since Bud was able to move around, hit and not get hit?
That's
He's
true.
been,
A long ass
I
I
haven't
already
you're
seen
said
that
talking
that.
about
in a long time
you're
either.
talking about him fighting a guy who cuts the ring off of you on you and gets close on you whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And you
He's
know what? I think Bud is
he's
going to try to
he
bring that back
said
in
he
those
said
ankle weights.
Derek
That's
James
training.
described his boxing, and he said that he moves in on you without even throwing punches, and it makes you timid to throw punches with him being so close. You have to think about what you're planning on doing
Right.
with him moving in on you and not even throwing punches.
Yeah.
I think a good measuring stick though, honestly, and I watched it like two nights ago because I was so upset that Crawford took the Avanesian fight. I just was like, I'm not watching that fight. But if you
Hmm.
take a look, if you watch that fight and see how he
Right.
started out in that fight,
Right.
man, he was getting hit with some shit he wasn't supposed to be getting hit with at all.
Amnesia
I
was getting
told you.
And David Abenesian was closing the ring on
Closing
him.
the ring off on him
and
too,
he was
and it
cutting
was
him off.
yeah, and it was multiple times you heard Paulie Malignaggi in his commentating state if he lets Spence get in his wheelhouse like this, he's gonna have a problem.
Trouble.
Yeah, so
Let me
that's what
get
makes it
this.
a great
Let me
fight.
get this super chat. And y'all better be quiet because School of Skills is in the building. Salute to School of Skills. You know what I'm saying? He is a huge Crawford fan, and you know what I'm saying y'all are blasphemy right now against School of Skills right now. That's he says, "What up, Pool?" in chat. He said, "A major beatdown coming on the 29th. This is Crawford's era." He says, "Roma Villa treatment for EJ." God damn. R-
He mean
Listen,
it's
It's,
listen,
he
come
mean
on
he,
and
it's
explain.
he mean it's Crawford's era. ERROR. It's Crawford's era.
Yeah,
oh man, it's
I
like
don't think Crawford needs to move around the ring like in the post out fight. He
I
just
don't.
needs to move suddenly. Like if you watch the Ugas fight, I'm not saying Crawford's gonna be a punching bag, but he just needs to make sudden movements to get his shots off. He doesn't need to waste his energy. And
The
I think that's what
problem
they're
is
gonna work
Bud
on.
can't move.
Sharp
Bud
body
can't.
attacks.
He can't move to both sides. He can't move. He can't move. He's not fluid in the southpaw stance. Errol's the more true southpaw. If we for
That's
real,
true. No,
you know what
that's
I'm saying.
true.
That's just my, you know what I mean. Like from watching him, like I'm not really gonna get into the technicals, but there's a lot of things that he can't do when he's in the southpaw. You know what I mean? So, and I
Yeah.
think EJ knows that and is going to exploit that. And I'm looking for him. Just look for EJ to try to take away a given side of his offense. You know what I'm
But
saying?
Bud's gonna have to pick a stance. He's gonna have to pick one.
Well, you know what they say, film don't lie. And I mean you are who you are once you look at the film. And I just feel like Derek James is going to have the right game plan for Terrence Crawford, man. I just feel like the game plan to fight Terrence Crawford is going to be the correct one. And
Damn right.
yeah, and just based off of what they're saying, I keep hearing depth, and they're looking to drag him into something. And the one thing I say about Terrence Crawford, all you got to do is hit that man to drag him into a fight, man.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Right.
He's a
that's that
very prideful
Napoleon shit.
fighter. Yes, he's like, you got me, I got to get you back, and I believe they're not going to allow him to be comfortable. They're not going to allow him to sit around and try to find his range and
Mhm.
box. Um, Errol Spence, one thing he doesn't get enough credit for, and I've said this many a times, is his footwork. Although very fundamental, especially
Mhm.
on offense, it's above average.
Yeah.
He can keep you. It's not just like he's just always cutting the
Mm-hmm,
ring off. Like he knows how
mm-hmm.
to. No, he knows how to keep you in front of him all fight through his with his footwork,
Yeah.
and it's going to make Terrence Crawford have to think because you got to remember when he fought Danny Garcia coming off the accident, that was one of the smallest pause that I've ever seen Errol Spence in terms of like he looks smaller than Danny Garcia at the weigh-in, everything leading up to the fight. But after Danny fought him, he said he felt like he was in front of a middleweight all fight. Like just his
Mm-hmm.
presence in front of him was a lot that he dealt
It's
with all fight.
imposing. He
Yeah, it's
got
imposing.
imposing.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean, I think one thing that's going to help EJ on the inside and kind of like so you don't have to guess as much about getting hit between punches is his parrying ability, and he don't get enough credit for being able to parry
Yeah.
shots on the inside. So
Right.
I think that's going to be very important on this fight because Crawford is quicker, like you said, he moves sudden, and but EJ he's one of those guys that can make the fight ugly. You know what I'm saying? By parrying shots on the inside And I can see EJ using a lot of catch and shoot, a lot of pairing type of defense. You know what I'm saying? Like when Crawford tries to whip his shots in that uppercut, because as soon as you move in on Crawford, he's taking that little half step back and he's trying to come with the real uppercut or a little short shot. So he's really good at mixing up the speed and timing on his shots. So you can't really worry about too much of what Terrence Crawford going to do because you'll get lost trying to figure him out. You know what I'm saying? Because he can mix it up so much. So you got to be effective. I think EJ has to be effective in his offense. You know what I'm saying? And his defense, using it all at one time, parrying shots, keeping Crawford working on the inside or the outside, or keep mental pressure on Terrence Crawford, so he'd be out of his game. He's just reacting on instinct instead of being calculating and pot shotting. If it gets to the point where uh, Crawford can calculate and pot shot, you know, so it'll be bad. It'll be bad for Errol Spence Jr. If he can,
Well, catch and
if
shoot, that's that mid range. That's mid range game. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the
Not with
catch
those
and
stupid
shoot.
ass hooks
You know
either.
what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I just know if Errol Spence is what I've seen, he be all right.
Yeah,
I think he gonna beat Bud Crawford up. You know what I mean? I don't think the Bud's counter punching um is gonna be um as effective from the range that they're gonna be fighting from. You know what I'm saying? So
you
that's
want to
just
know?
me.
I'm interested in seeing how he take them body shots because Bud likes to clinch a lot too, and
Well,
you can't
when
clinch
you
with
force him to
EJ.
go to
Well,
his left,
but that's
when you
that's
force
what
him to
this
go to
that's
his
what this photo all about. He's already showing you he's going to be clenching and shit. Look at him. He already clenching in clench form right there.
Yeah, I remember when Lamont Peterson was doing like 1,000 something push-ups, and EJ was like, "That's not gonna help him." I don't,
Uh,
I don't think that's gonna help him.
well,
That's
he
not
gonna try.
true.
He got to do something to defend himself. So
Yeah,
he ain't gonna just go in there and walk through Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford, he's a maniac. You know what I'm saying? He's a dude with a little small man complex. So them dudes are vicious. He's like a little piranha. You know what I'm saying? And so he's gonna go down in flames. He got a lot of pride. EJ got a lot of pride. So that one of them kind of fights right there, bro, we got a classic on our hands. You know what I'm saying? We got a classic on our hands for real. Nobody wants to go down. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking shit for 5 years about this fight. So it's
Mhm.
finally here. So these guys are gonna give it their all. Hopefully nothing weird happens during this fight. And I know I hate to say this, like it's almost like I'm calling the shit up.
But you
Somebody
got to.
but somebody get cut, somebody takes a weird jab to the eye, or somebody gets a cut over the forehead. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? The shit gets stuck. Man, that would be totally effed up. That would
Yeah,
be
the
totally.
right ref too.
Yo,
The right ref and judges too.
somebody just leaked audio of Errol Spence talking about the contract,
Uh
and
huh.
he was talking about what stated in the rematch. Crawford is saying that if he loses, he might not take the second fight.
Yeah, he said that. I mean, I understand. 35
Yeah.
years old.
But
Um,
it's stated in
he
the
he.
contract though.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying? But
actually a part of the contract.
I understand that. But I mean, if you beat the fuck up and you have what do they call it? Post traumatic stress is real, bro.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You remember Rocky? You know what I'm saying? You want to break me down? You want to say I'm afraid? Okay, I'm
It's stupid.
afraid. You
It's
want to
stupid.
break me down? You know what I'm saying? You got to have that moment. Give Crawford some time to recover. God damn, y'all already trying to throw him into the second one. God damn. Well, y'all niggas
Yeah,
choose violence.
Hey
he
man,
could need some time off
Errol
after
said
fighting
in some
Spence.
scenarios he see himself losing. And Bud Crawford said that, he said, something about uh after he said something to the effect of him being victorious, he was like, and if not, then we just go back to the drawing board and come back stronger. So we've heard both fighters acknowledge the possibility of losing, and I think that's big.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
big. That can't be discounted. You know what I'm saying? If
Hmm.
that means it's got to be ruled a 50-50 fight because the two guys themselves are 50-50 with themselves. They
Hmm.
say a scenario. Both of them have said they could see themselves losing.
Yeah.
But
He said that shit.
one thing we are overlooking as boxing fans, these guys been in the ring, 10 years plus, saying. So really, they could end their careers right here with each other.
Fuck
I
that.
mean, we want to see more of them, but these guys been around for a minute. It's time for the new generation to get it popping. We're still stuck. It's almost like they're Mayweather and Pacquiao. They just here, bro. And so if they retire after this, so if they get 2 or 3 fights out of this, that's just gravy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I mean, we followed their careers so long, and the shit just went by so fast. You know what I'm saying? Because of everything that's been going on, and fighters are taking longer to get into the ring. So it seems like it's a shorter time because of Errol Spence Jr. accidents. You know what I'm saying? Because of Terrence Crawford moving the way he moved. So
Mhm.
we want more from them. You know what I'm saying? But really, if they fight each other, you know what I'm saying, these 2 times, they could just retire right now, and that'll be it. And I think that's something that EJ kind of alluded to about talking about having family wealth and stuff like that. They talk a lot
Right.
about that. Yeah, they talk about that for their families, and so these guys, I think they're aware of that. You know, so they're tired of going to these training camps and doing their bodies this way. That's a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to sit down there and chill with your kids, even though they do take a year or two, you know what I'm saying, in between fights. So, we just seeing boxing change up just a little bit because the money's a little bit better. They don't have to fight as often. And, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of leaving the boxing fans a little thirsty to see their favorite fighters in the ring. So, you know what I'm saying, but they could retire, you know what I'm saying, they could retire after these 2 fights. Uh,
Yeah.
that, that, that'll be it,
Especially
bro.
with the money they're getting.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, can we talk about
I think they
how
should both move up regardless of who win or lose. I think they should either both move up and
I
let
think the
these
next
guys
fight,
at 147 fight.
if they did a rematch, I think the next fight probably be at 154.
right,
Yeah, they
I
should do
right?
do.
that so these other guys can fight at 147.
And I tell you another thing, if Inouye loses the cool boy stuff, Derek James gonna have him another student.
I don't
Mm.
believe that. I don't believe that, bro. Who you talking about?
Anyway, gonna move
You
out
saying
here.
Scooter? So you saying
Anyway,
Scooter?
gonna
You
move.
saying Scooter gonna go to Derrick James?
No, I'm talking about Inouye, nigga.
Oh, what the fuck?
Anyway, gonna move to
Oh,
Dallas, man.
Hey,
oh
hey,
shit.
hey, everybody that's good that lose, they go to Derrick James. Y'all haven't noticed that shit, man. Hey, anyway, lose the cool boy, he going to Derrick James camp, nigga. I'm just putting it out there. Derrick James gonna have him a little motherfucker up in there, a little 120. What is whatever? What's his name? 125, whatever.
He gonna
22.
not speak one bit of English. He just gonna be over there training.
He gonna have an Asian. He gonna have an Englishman. Goddamn, he gonna have a Mexican. That nigga gonna be like the UN camp. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, the truth is, Fulton gonna get hit. Is the power going? Is it gonna hurt? He's
Yeah.
gonna get hit. Don't you worry about that. If
Mm.
Figueroa can hit him, Inoue can hit him. He
Well,
Mm-hmm.
gonna get.
Figueroa different. Figueroa, look at the size Figueroa had for that division, and then he's like a damn Nephilim to those guys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's the size of a giant, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to lean on Cool Boy. I don't think Inoue has that ability. You see what I'm saying? He's more of a
I think he's gonna be able to strike. I think his footwork. He's gonna be able to get to him. He's gonna be able to make him shell up. He's gonna be able to. He's gonna have him shelling up at times. So if you
maybe,
can make a guy
maybe.
shell up, you can break him down.
Yep.
Well, did you see Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao? And I'm
Of
not
course,
saying Cool Boy is
of course, of
Floyd
course.
Mayweather, but they have this their boxer. They got the same kind of pure boxing ability where he can slide out the side. And I don't think Inoue is a kind of person that can cut off the ring like that. And if you can't cut off the ring, and I'm just thinking on a simple level, if you can't cut off the ring on a Cool Boy, you're not gonna beat him. You know what I'm saying? Figueroa was able to keep him in place by leaning on him and keeping him. And so, Fulton even adapted to that, right? So imagine, in a way, I don't think he has the boxing IQ to beat
Shit,
Cool Boy Steph. He got the
I
power to
think,
catch him, but he don't
man,
have the
that's a
boxing IQ to.
nasty, nasty, nasty little man, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
mean, yeah, he's nasty.
And that power, and he got power, and I think, that power that he's coming with, bro, that shit. I'm telling you, Stephen
Yeah,
Fulton,
yeah,
he
but
better.
do you think Donier has the same boxing IQ as a Cool Boy Steph?
No,
You know, mhm.
no,
It's levels, bro.
no.
You can power is not.
And props to Nonito though. You don't take
Yeah,
nothing away from him though. You know what I'm saying? Not taking
I
nothing
mean
away
he's
from
he's
him, but
old,
no.
bro. I mean
But
the only
answering
thing
your
you can take.
question, well, I don't think he was ever as good as, like, you know what I'm saying. But you know, styles make
Well,
fights. You
but
know,
what I'm saying is, Cool Boy got more skill than all those dudes that in a way fought. Your
true.
power look good against competition that can't get out the way of it. And see, Cool Boy, he can. I think it's real simple. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a highly good fighter. I just think he's out of his league when he's talking about messing with
I
Cool
hope
Boy.
so. I hope so.
Mhm.
I hope so. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Again, I hope he ain't going over there like overly confident, because he
He
telling
is
us, man,
cocky.
it's nothing. He telling us, man, this dude is nothing. It's
But you,
nothing, and I'm gonna show you he's nothing.
but you know
Like,
what though?
so
In
what?
But if
training
he
camp,
don't
he
go
been
in there with
training
that
with Bruce
confidence,
Ennis.
go ahead. Go
Now I
ahead.
said that training camp, his whole training camp, he been sparring with Bruce Ennis, so I can see where that confidence is coming from.
I mean, but that's control sparring, bro. That shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. He working on some certain shit with Boots. That shit ain't wide open sparring.
I
But
just
you
don't.
still getting
I
hit though.
what I
But you still getting
what I
hit
don't
regardless. You still getting hit regardless in sparring.
I
I,
don't
I
think.
don't I,
I
I
don't
think
think
we
so.
I think we get enamored by power when we see somebody come in with speed and power. I think we get enamored, but I'll be looking at the kind of competition they're facing. That's what I look at, and I don't try to take away nothing from their skill set. What I try to take away is how do they interact with the opponents that they fight? How do they, say when they step up, how do they look? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of where I'm coming from with it, not to diminish in a way, but I mean, really, I mean, I can't get on them like that until he like really start beating somebody with some names and in their prime and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's a dynamic, entertaining fighter. But the entertainment value don't trump his real ability. As far as fighting the best competition, and
Well, yeah,
this
that's
is
what I'm saying. Who he beat? That's the question that's always got to be asked. That should always
right.
be asked. When you tell me a guy knocking everybody out, are we talking about Mike Tyson's first 25 fights? Type type shit. You know what I'm saying? Competition.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
I understand where you're coming from.
Right, and I fall into that because I would say, I mean, I'm a biggest Mike Tyson fan. As a teenager back then, watching Mike, I had my hair cut like Mike and shit. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't wear no socks and shit. You had niggas, the socks values went down. The damn stock market went down because Mike Tyson wasn't wearing no socks, nigga. Everybody wanted to walk around with no socks on and a part in their hair. Everybody was talking about what that shit he used to say. I can't remember what was the little word he used to say. Everybody used to try to mimic Mike, but
Oh, conspiracy.
no,
It's the
yeah,
conspiracy.
conspiracy. This is a conspiracy.
Yeah,
He said some
conspiracy.
other shit he used to be saying. This is incredible, or I forgot how Mike used to say. He said so much bullshit, um, but yeah, the stardom like Tank. Tank is a star, and so I'm saying he's able to pull in those casual fans because he's so entertaining. So we can't give them credit, saying that they haven't earned because they're stars and because they're exciting in the ring. We still got to demand them fight, saying the fighters who got the skill to give them trouble in the ring. That's all I'm saying. And,
Well,
we got to be aware of that.
we'll see.
Mhm.
We're gonna see, man. We'll see. Beginning with tonight, we're gonna watch the Ghost. This should be a this a feed me feed. They feeding him a check tonight. He should get this guy out of here. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He should get this guy out of here inside of 9 rounds. You know. So we'll see. You know.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, this is a showcase fight, but
Exactly.
you got to watch the wood choppers now. The wood choppers is serious
I
because they
mean,
got
it's
that
boxing,
power.
right? It's
And
boxing. Anything can happen.
well, them European guys, even though they don't have like a lot of the mobility, And
You
you know what
fuck
I'm
around
saying?
and get Henry Cooper like
Mm,
Ali.
right. You know, and you can see when they go to the body, if they hit you, man, they're gonna hurt you.
Mhm.
And he's gonna have to just be on his p's and q's and make sure you don't get hit by some of that power that
Right,
that kid got. You know, because you can see he's too slow. You know, he's basic
right,
as
right,
far as being predictable. But
right.
I've seen that he's got that power. He can slap you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to be, Frank just got to be on top of his game. And I think he is, but we black guys got to stop thinking we could just go to the basketball court and
And
dunk on
just
these
you see,
boys.
yeah, you see the white boy, you think he nothing type
Hmm.
shit. Right,
Yeah,
right. We
no, we
cook
can't.
him. We cook your ass.
Right. You can't just go in, oh, this nigga, I got you, man, just because I got that first step. You know what I'm saying? But, they got that strategic, teamwork. You know what I'm saying? Where, we trying to score 55,
Right.
their whole
They
team
passing
trying
the
to score
ball,
60.
getting good
Right.
shots.
Hmm. So we kind of got that mentality when we go into the ring sometimes, where we just know we gonna win and shit, and you could go in there like Rashid Elliott, go in there and pitch a
Oh, that was
shutout
crazy,
and then
Rashidi.
lose. Right, you know what I'm saying? Go in there, beating the man ass and everything, and then just in the last two rounds, just get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Just punching yourself out, thinking that you're ahead for 8 rounds, and the man is coming for Luma you. You know, I'm just like, oh my god, bro, what?
Phenomenal.
Mm, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So Frank just can't go in there, but he's more disciplined. He's more like a Frank reminds me. He reminds me of a soldier. You know what I'm saying? When I look at this camp, they look like they just military. Like a military over there. Frank comes out. You know what I'm saying, and destroy the objective and go back home and
He boxed
trains.
like young Errol. He boxed like a young Errol Spence
Hmm.
to
Yeah,
me.
very fleet-footed combinations, power. I mean, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a football player that's boxing.
Right.
He looked like a little football player. But I mean, I want him to get his opportunity against the Tank Davises, and I think that's Tank Davis probably the most dangerous fight. I don't know if y'all guys agree with me, but I would say that's Tank Davis' most dangerous fight right there with Frank Martin.
Frank Martin. Yeah,
Yeah, I
damn
Mm-hmm.
right.
agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I do like to see. I would like to see him and Shakur fight. I think that
Well,
would
they
be a
got
great fight.
history.
School skill talk about Thomas. Thomas Bud said, "What's going on?" And this goofy act like he wants to fight Bud. He said, "Derek James a goofy." What's wrong with
Man, School of Skills, man, don't disappear, man. After July 30th,
you? He
you
said,
and John
"Rami,
Turner.
Rami Emily Jones says, why bet on a fixed fight?" Laugh out loud. He said, "I already know he's mopping the floor with dude just like Buzz getting mopped in 2 weeks." Yep. And Pedro says say he ain't no hater. Derek James in camp about his business. He has nothing but studs in camp, and you calling him goofy. So him and Pedro and School of Skills going back and forth. But I mean, what do y'all think about this year of boxing? Let me ask y'all because we've been getting nothing but straight fire, bro. Straight fire. Every weekend is something to look forward to. Um, I mean, I can't complain. I'm like, I've been so elated the last 2 months, bro. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I
That's
agree, man. It's been a great year of boxing, man. I think it all started off with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, like that
oh
fight
yeah,
right
they
there.
set the tone. They set the tone definitely.
Yeah, but it's
What
been
do what
some
do you
great.
what do you guys think, man?
Well, I distinctly remember being in this um on a panel um 6 months to a year ago with you and saying that, the economics of it all and the inflation and all of that is going to force these guys to fight. I don't know if you remember me saying that, or maybe I just jarred your memory, but I distinctly remember predicting coming out of the pandemic that I was like, what you're going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing these guys being forced to fight each other if they want to get paid. They can't do nothing with $1 million anymore. That's not enough. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That's not enough. These guys want $3 to $5 million paycheck, guarantees plus back end. And if it's a big fight, they want 10 plus back end, 10, 15 plus back end. You know what I mean? And these same fights would have been making a lot more money back in the day. But
What's that beeping?
the economics of it all, that's what's forcing these guys to fight. It's not about really them seeing other people doing it and all of that. It's about, man, I need a check. Prices don't went up. I got to buy eggs and milk. These niggas still
What's
got to buy eggs and
what's
milk.
that? Do y'all hear that beeping?
What's that?
Y'all don't hear no beeping?
I
Maybe it's
don't.
my headset. Maybe my headset.
Yeah.
Just do thank you for that $2. He said smash the like button. Thank you, Just Do. If y'all know Just Do Boxing, man, hey man, please subscribe to Just Do Boxing. He's another one that go deep with it, man. That really talks about all the fights, all the up and coming prospects. You know what I'm saying? Check out Just Do Boxing. Let's see, School of Skills. Thank you for that $5 in the super chat. He says, later, pool. See you on the 30. No doubt, my brother. I know you're gonna be over here because especially if the little black dude win. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all over here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, he gonna disappear on July 30th. You ain't gonna see him.
Oh no, I believe School Skill got enough brazen to show up. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know what I'm saying? He's just really passionate about Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
uh, I mean, he be all up in it used to be when I used to watch Blue Blood, all up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And really getting at it. You know what I'm saying about Bud, no matter what. I
Why
like,
is
God,
it? Why is
what you
it
say,
that?
bro?
Why is it that these guys prefer to chat than coming on here live, man? This is crazy. They got a whole live platform. Come on.
Well, I guess but kind of like me. I don't like arguing about boxing. You know what I'm saying? I like discussing boxing, but I don't really like arguing because once you're a fan of somebody, it's more of a belief and faith than what I'm saying, an actual,
Based
what I'm
on
saying,
technicals.
right. You know what I'm saying? So, I hate arguing about, cause I done went through that shit with the Floyd Mayweather era. I used to be
Uh-huh.
arguing like I'd be all passionate and shit and
Uh-huh.
all mad and shit cause they lying on Mayweather and lying about his credentials and the Castile fight. And I used to be all up in there arguing and debating and all kind of shit. I was like, man, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
They
It's
don't.
like I'm tired.
They don't have
Man,
to
your
be on there
panels
and
are
argue.
always more chill. Your panels have always, compared to, and I participated in a lot of different ones, but yours are pretty chill, pretty on point, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you got the range, man. You ought to artist shit. Start reporting fucking live and asking random people, in Vegas. Pull up in Vegas and ask random people who they got in the fight, and,
Exactly.
and pull up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You tripping. That's how you get your shit started. That's what you do. All I would have to do in Vegas is literally just take the camera and ask people like, who do you have and why? And leak it to
Yeah.
YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And you got
Hey.
you got a more of a like a base for jumping something like that off, bro. You should be in Vegas, dog. You know what I'm
Oh, I,
saying?
I I
It's
mean,
not
I
business.
know how to increase it. It's just with how I make a living. Based on how I make a living, the bigger I get, the worse it's going to be for what I do. So I'm a owner operator. So I don't have the time to like really put into growing. I mean, I could grow this shit. I got all kind of ideas, bro. I could grow my platform. I just don't have the time. I'm too young, you know what I'm saying? That, if I was older and retired, bro, I'd be all over the place, but because of what I do, what I'm saying, to make money for a living, say I can't do that. So I got to go out there and go chase the dollars and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't like really like took a microphone out there and start asking people and what I'm saying, or even going down to Errol Spence Jr. Gym and just getting an interview with them. I could have been done that, but what I'm saying, but because of what I do, it just limits me, what I'm saying, for what, 'cause for the traffic that I'm gonna get when I do start doing stuff like that. What I'm saying, I mean, when this thing blow up in social media, it blows up quick, bro. I'm talking about, and then you got to,
You need
you got to.
content, bro. You just need content that's gonna hold people for
That's not what I'm talking about. You're missing the point. I can't handle the traffic because of what I do for a living. Is what I'm telling you. It's like if let's say tomorrow I go viral. Let's say now I got to keep up content, right? It's
Right.
like, but I don't have that kind of time because I got to go and I got to go get loads. I got to get planned. So the kind of loads I take, I got to get permits. So it's just a lot. You know what I'm
So a
saying? Just
motherfucker give you 20 keys and you can't get rid of them.
hell no. I've had that. I've been through that. No, I've been through 20 keys. I'm out of Florida. You
And
know what
they
I'm
do
saying?
20 blocks.
I don't. That's why I'm free today, and my buddies all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like because they all had 20 keys and stuff, and they went that direction. I was like, hell, man, you better get your ass in school. You know what I'm saying? Leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Vernon Maxwell, all of them. Hey, I was right down there during that era. You know what I'm saying? The whole Eminem boy situation. Yes, sir. I used to talk to Kip every day. You know what I'm saying? I used to play ball with Vernon every day. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I don't want. I ain't going that. I'm the bread and milk man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go on that other side. But
No,
no,
I'm
but
just saying. No, you were saying that you get the traffic, you can't do nothing with it. Like you drop one piece of content, and it goes high, it gets high, and you get people that's following you, and then you don't come with nothing else.
no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, once you like blue blood, like if you get big, you really have to put time and you got to have the time for it. You know what I'm saying? To like really follow up with everything. If you notice, if you go to my videos, I don't have a lot of passages on there about what the video is about
Now,
because I
do
don't
that
have
nigga
time.
drive Ubers? He always in his car, bro.
But that's not. But that's not. But that's not what I'm talking about.
He
But
used,
see,
he used to drive for a living. He used to
yeah,
drive for a living.
yeah, I drive for. I mean, if I get caught doing shit like that, bro, especially I got permitted loads. You know what I'm saying? My shit is specially looked at. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard. Even with the little shit I do, I mean, it's hard to keep up with it. So when you see me doing this, it's incredible because I'll be going on a load tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And say it'll be hard. Say 'cause I'll be
You
going all
don't
day.
ever run near Vegas?
I used to when I used to do company work. I used to go to Vegas all the time. I even stayed in a few hotels. You know what I'm saying? Stayed in the Pyramid. The what's that called? Oasis? What is that called? What it called? Yeah, me and my old lady. Yeah, we used to hit the road and go on up there and stay and
Man, I
chill
would
out.
love to see. I would love to see what you would come up with, bro, with a big fight. And you're, you know, controlling, manipulating, with and creating content. You know what I'm saying? I would
Oh
love to
yeah,
see what
I
you would
I
come
would
up with.
love I would
I'd
love to
love to
be
see what you would come up with.
if all I did was this, bro. I'd be and I'm used to traveling around anyway as a truck driver, bro. The game would be over, bro. It'll be over, bro. I'd be out here. I'd be out here like you said with the microphone interviewing motherfucker. I'd be out there with blue blood them and all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Getting interviews. I'd be doing it all, but I can't get distracted with that. Cause
right.
this is what I really love to do. And
Really?
and plus, I got a woman, so they hate to see you happy. So, what I'm saying, you gotta be careful.
God
You
damn.
know. You know how women are, you're spending too much time on this bullshit and they looking at you like, nigga, you gonna fit to make another video? Oh my God, bro. So it's a lot of
She
things you
don't
be
see the
juggling.
vision, bro. She
Well,
don't
I
see the
mean,
vision.
I don't look at it as a business, you know what I'm saying? That's
No, I
another
said the
thing.
vision. She don't see the vision.
Oh hell no, they never see the vision. All they see is money when it come in and goes out. That's all they see, you know. So, oh, thank you, Watch, for that 499. He says, pull one of these big fights. You definitely got to meet and greet. Oh, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? The longest we go, one thing about, he said, I know what would be nice kicking. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Um, because right now, the economy, the way it is, it's hard to, have extra money to do extra things, like going on vacation and things like that. And, what I'm saying? So, when you do meet guys who, what I'm saying, have taken care of their finances, it's kind of cool. You can hang out. You ain't got to be the broke nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That always needs something, what I'm saying. But I don't mind helping out my friends and things like that. But it's just kind of cool when you in a pool of guys that, what I'm saying, got money, you know what I'm saying, You can just throw, hey man, just order what you want, man. Get a drink, man, whatever. So just kind of cool being in that kind of realm. Nothing wrong with being broke, but nigga, I'm tell you something, bro. Niggas ain't
Nothing
gonna give
wrong
you,
with
but
being broke, bro. I gotta leave
yeah,
this motherfucking panel, dog. Fuck you mean?
it
Fuck
ain't
you
nothing
mean?
wrong. It ain't nothing wrong with saying if you can't. I don't know how old you are, but what I'm
Man,
saying.
too old to be fucking
Uh,
broke. And
but look,
I'll say this: I've been
but
too old to be
can you
broke
can you
for a
not
long
can you
time.
not cut? Don't cut me off when I'm trying to finish your point. See, you could be, when you get older, it takes a man a while to get his stride in life. I don't know how much you guys make or anything like that, but a lot of these guys that's on here, I mean, they haven't made it in life yet. So, people acting like you were born with money in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Some people know how to hustle, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, what is money to you? I'm talking
bro,
about
can I can I
any
finish?
man should be able to buy his beer. My fault.
Bro, can I finish my point,
Go
bro?
ahead, G. Go ahead,
Uh,
G.
like, okay. So what I'm saying is, it takes a while. Usually men don't find their stride until they're older. You know, what I'm saying? So, but one thing about me, I'm not gonna act like I always had it. Social media, you got people flexing like they were born rich, like they were born ballers. That's bullshit. Everybody been broke at one point in their life, right? It's just that now they acting like it's a plague to be broke, bro. That's bullshit. Most motherfuckers are broke. Most of you ain't been balling all your motherfucking life. That's bullshit.
Well,
Everybody
my
knows.
yeah,
Bro, can I finish?
my fault,
Damn.
G.
All right. You have ups and downs. Is what I'm saying is there's a lot of guys who just ain't gonna make the money you making. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with finding your way and trying to get to wherever you're trying to get to. Not everybody want to be a millionaire. Not everybody want to be a baller. Some people just want to drive the bus, get their paycheck, and go home. That's okay. Your dreams are your dreams. If you want to be a rich balling ass nigga, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't shit on the guys that don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was one of them guys. Coming up, I never had it like that. I went to the military. I was broke as fuck in the military. You know what I'm saying? When I came out the military and went into real life, you know what I'm saying? I had to build myself up. So we got guys on every stage of life is what I'm saying. So,
All right.
we can't act like we all balling. No, you build yourself up to it. And when you become an older man, you used to having money and traveling and stuff like that. We got to build ourselves up to that. But it's kind of cool to hang out with guys on that level. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being on the broke end. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to be broke because you're building. You know what I'm saying? You're not born with money in your pockets. Not everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. I just wanted to give you context on what I mean by the broke thing. You know what I'm saying? So everybody like broke, they making it a trend to talk about broke like it's some kind of AIDS or some shit. You know what I'm saying? No, broke ain't be you gotta build yourself, bro. This economy is different, bro, for black people. Some people can hustle around it and make money. You know what I'm saying? We got talent in the black community. You know what I'm saying? That's how they shut down Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the talent to build around the obstacles that they put in front of us, but we still got to build from nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can't shit on our brothers who are still building in the building stage. That's all I'm saying. I don't fall for this social media shit. I don't fall for rapper shit. So I live real life. I've
Hmm.
seen, people struggle. I've seen people make it from nothing. I've seen people comfortable with just, doing what the hell they doing. So, I see motherfuckers got money and they ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? I see motherfuckers jumping off buildings and shit because, they can't buy a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Or buy baby fat clothes or, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get caught up in that shit, bro. That shit is bullshit. So that's I just wanted to give you some context of what I meant by broke. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of cousins that's broke. A lot of people, they always borrowing money from me. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool to just to be able to hang out with brothers who got it. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to worry about, what I'm saying, being that nigga that got to bring everything, to the cookouts. You got to buy the meat. You got to buy the beer. You got to buy the liquor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at you. Nobody, they bringing like plastic plates and plasticware and shit, but you done brought everything else. It's just kind of cool to hang out with dudes who got something, what I'm saying, in their pockets. And but I ain't gonna shit on the guys who gotta bring the cooler, who gotta bring the ice. What I'm saying? I ain't gonna shit on them dudes, you know what I'm saying? I understand that you get in where you fit in. Just don't drink too much goddamn liquor, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Leave some for the people that's paying. You know what I'm saying? That's all. What's going on? Just do boxing. He says King Judah. He said, "What's good, fam?" He said, "You're another one with dope content." Yes, sir. And Rami Emily Jones. He said, "Anyway, back to the adults instead of the Nebraska." He said, "What is his dang name?" He says, "Snake Pick Baby." He says, head injury callers." He said, "I'm dusting this place down hard." Huh? I don't get it. Oh, there you go. JB Sports in the building. What's going on, brother? What's going on?
Oh, I can't call. How you doing there, Paul Connor?
All right. I went on a rant there and shit. I was like, God damn, I went on a rant. That shit was weird. Everybody,
Yo, I just want to say, bro, when I say broke, my thing is this: any man should be able to buy his own beer. Now, if the guy's drinking champagne and you can only afford to buy beer, it doesn't matter. You can participate on whatever level you own, but for the man to not be able to drink anything when guys are drinking and cover
mm,
his drink of choice, that's very bad. And I don't, and you know,
That's the world.
that's what I'm saying. So because in my opinion, if you a young man and you're broke, that's even worse because you have nothing but time and energy and no kids and all that old type of shit. So it's even worse for you to be broke.
but
It's
but
just
but
perspective,
but what?
you know what
But
I'm saying?
how? What do you call broke exactly? Because you
Not being able to buy your beer. Not being able to buy
Poor.
your piece of, not being able to buy your 2-piece KFC or your double cheeseburger and fries if that's all you can afford to eat.
Hey,
But
poor.
you got to go hungry. You got to go hungry. You got to go without. You
You,
can't eat. You can't drink. You can't sleep. You can't shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
that's
You feel me?
extreme, bro. That's some extreme shit.
That's extreme, but
Nah.
you
I'm
know
just
what,
saying
too, Paul?
you can't shit in nobody else's house. You can't shit in nobody else's house, bro. Come on, bro. You can't
Hey,
shit in
this is
nobody else's house, man.
Hey,
go
that's
ahead.
why. Hey,
No,
but real talk,
I
that's why
feel
you
what
got
I
a
feel what
lot
he
of
meant.
people committing suicide now because they hear shit just like that.
My mentor told me this long time ago. God bless his soul. He said it's okay to be poor. It's not okay to be broke.
Thank you.
He said poor people. He
That's
said
that's why I say define it. You know what I'm saying? What we
yeah.
talking about
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
poor.
Let me define it for you real quick, Paul. So what he defined as being poor was he says when you're rich, your money works for you. You don't have to get up and go work when you're rich. Your money works for you.
Right.
He says if you have to get up and go work to get your money, you're poor. But he said it's okay to be poor, but it's not okay to be broke.
Hey, poor.
Hmm.
It's Kareem. Let me chime in on this one.
Go ahead.
You guys are under the perception that money is what makes you rich and what money what makes you poor. Education makes you rich and education makes you simple as that. If you're educated on how to take care of yourself, how to build you a shelter, how to raise you some animals, how to go about raising stock with foods, vegetables, and stuff like that, you're not poor. You're
Right,
rich.
right,
You guys are taking it and adding money into the whole equation where we were given, money. You got to remember, we come from a time where the minerals of the earth was our currency. Y'all do remember that's our history, right? We do come from the other side of this that ocean
right,
over there.
right,
So if we had the education, if that's what they took away from us, education on how to sustain ourselves, how to provide shelter and clothing and stuff for ourselves, we wouldn't even be considering their cash. We wouldn't be thinking about their money. We wouldn't be thinking about they got more than us and all this other shit. You know, think
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
I,
it,
that's
I agree with that
because a
a hundred
large
percent.
majority of planet Earth is poor.
Right. Yeah, I
There
agree
are
with that.
people out there in a large majority that sit down and share one beer.
Right. Well, what I'm
yeah.
saying is, I agree. I agree with what you're saying 100%. However, we had to deal with the context
There
and
ain't no however.
well, you have to let me
The
finish, brother.
reality of
I'll
it
let you.
is,
You gotta let me
Y'all,
finish,
y'all,
brother.
y'all let each other finish. I
go
give
ahead.
y'all equal time. Go ahead.
Yeah,
We
I,
ain't got no
I,
but time.
I would
Go ahead.
just say that in the context of our current situation, I think is why people bring up money because if you can do all of those things, that you speak of, like make a farm and build a house and all that stuff. That stuff that stuff is amazing to know, but that's like if you're off the grid. But if you're dealing
No,
with if you're dealing in main society, well, at the end of the day, if you build a house and it's on the grid, you still got to be able to pay taxes, property tax,
exactly.
where you built it. So that goes back to no matter what. I mean, even to get the stuff to build a house, you can't be broke. I mean, you got to have some form of. I mean, in this climate, you got to have some form of currency. Like you just have to.
You
But
you
I
just
do
said
understand what you're saying.
you just equated a house with shelter. A house is a house. Shelter is something that you go inside of for shelter from the weather. There are people that, just like you said, living off the grid, that cut trees down and build them, their lumber from from trees. Build them homes from trees. There's people that still to this day in parts of Asia and parts of Africa that live in mud huts. So that they can't rely on the government for money because the government's not trying to supply them with money. The state of the world today, it's the money thing is basically we're living under somebody else's servitude. We're living under the servitude of these people who created this
System.
wealth
Yeah. No,
just
I
to
agree.
keep their generations going and ruling the world and so forth and so on. But if
Well,
you
it's cultural. It's cultural.
if you
You mentioned
if you educate
you're
if you
talking about raw resources. One man discovered oil, right? He struck oil.
Hmm.
Somebody else figured out how to get gasoline and other derivatives from that oil, right? And somebody else figured out how to use the gasoline that somebody else got from the guy who had the oil, who found the oil, and he figured out how to make an engine. And then another guy figured out how to use the engine to make cars, right? And other people saw that person that bought the car, which is only possible because of the guy who created the engine, which was only possible because of the guy who synthesized the petroleum, which came from the guy who discovered the oil, which came from the guy who had the land. How did he acquire the land?
Right.
He got it. He acquired the land in some sort of way. So that's the reason why, you know what I mean, we don't call it shelter, we call it houses. Because while a person can get the guy who has the land, who has the trees, buy the trees, right? Process the trees into lumber, right?
You were
That's
you were
his
you were
time is
doing
more.
good. You were doing good there for a second. You were doing
No, I'm
good. You
saying
getting
his
off track.
time. No,
You getting fucked up now.
understand what I'm saying. His time is better spent acquiring currency that would purchase those resources. You know
currency
what I
is
mean?
what
As
makes us
opposed to him,
free,
as
man.
opposed to him getting the trees, processing it into lumber, and doing all that old shit. He's like, okay, well, you know how to do that. Well, I will pay you. How about I pay you? However you come up with the lumber. All I know is I want a house. And I'm not really worried about processing the lumber, you know what I mean? Because I can, in the time it takes to do that, I can acquire resources or acquire currency that would get me 1,000 of those houses finished if I wanted it. So that's all I'm saying. I mean, it's cultural. You know what I mean? We're Western. We are in the country that created everything that the world runs off of right now. Came from this motherfucker right here. You know what I mean? All the way down to this YouTube that we in StreamYard that we fucking with right now.
Hey,
So,
Paul.
so that's why the money, but getting back to the original point, when I say broke, I mean you can't buy a beer. If we're drinking water, you got to beg me for my canteen. You don't have your own. And there is no excuse for nobody to not have no water, dog.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I
You
agree with
should
that
be
part.
you should be able to shit on your own accord, my nigga.
Yeah, I mean, this
Yeah.
is America. At the end of the day, it's not. I agree with that. It's like it ain't okay to be broke. I mean, especially there's always a way. This is America. I mean, people stand outside on the street and beg and make money.
Those people think that it's okay to be broke. They don't go and work for somebody to make income. They don't go
But
work
they don't think it's
for
okay to be
themselves to
broke.
live to
But they
because
don't think
they
it's okay to be
adjust to
broke.
life. They adjust to, just like I live in Philadelphia and we have a large population of people living on the street. Now you hear in the media that these people are drug addicts, these people are criminals and all types of weird shit. But no, these people have adjusted to living out there. They're comfortable with that lifestyle. You have to be comfortable to be living somewhere.
Cultural, right?
Listen,
Not
another
comfortable.
thing.
I said comfortable. You have to be comfortable
See,
to be living somewhere in a tent. That's comfort. Those people are
hey,
adjusted. They
hey,
don't.
a lot of times too, bro. Like a lot of people
But
don't take the time. A lot of times, them homeless people, bro. Like I feel what you're saying, but they do have some that's just, a lot of time it's drug related. They addicted to something, but more importantly, it's a mental illness going on there.
yeah, you got
Like,
that too. You got that too. But
And that's what I said
you
about the
got a
whole broke
variety of stuff
thing.
that go on out there. But as far as them, wanting to work with something, look at the large majority of
Hold
white dudes. Look at the
hold
large.
on, hold on. Let me get this in. We conflating the word broke. We're
Right,
conflating it. You know what I'm
right.
saying? We're all
I don't
using
think
it
we
in
are.
different in our own context. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I
correct.
think so. It's like and Negroes do that when we argue. You know what I'm saying? Because instead of defining in the way we're using it, we're trying to put our point the way we're looking at it over somebody else's point, and it's like we're just conflating it with a lot of things. When I say it's okay to be broke, what I'm thinking about is the man that's out there that's working and still building and working on himself, but he
He
may
ain't
not
broke.
just have that. He may not have. But what I'm saying is the way I look at it. When you go out with your friends, but you're a working man, but you may not have the funds to get the money. You might be broke at that minute.
You
That
don't have
second.
as much as the next man, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I may
Yeah.
call that, hey man, I'm broke, man. I ain't got the money, but I may have the money come Friday. So I
Yeah.
don't I don't look at the word broke like say you have a
Right.
broke mentality. You're broke for life. So I'm talking about nigga, you just ain't got no money at the time. Like
Yeah.
I don't have money to go to this fight.
Well,
You
I
know what
think
I'm saying? I
the
mean, I got it in the bank. Physically, I can go
You
do
might
it.
not be able to get into the fight, but you could get there and be a part of the festivities and the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? There's
But,
people that's gonna
but
anybody
be
can
that's
in
get into
Vegas
the
but
that's
that's
gonna
fight.
not
It's
the
pay
just they
point.
don't
But the
have it.
point.
They
$65.
just don't
But
want to
but
pay
the
the money
point I'm
for it.
making. The
Right.
point I'm making is that when I say I'm broke, I don't mean like some kind of deeper definition than just I don't have it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think being broke is a byproduct of being poor. See, again, if you don't have money working for you to where you have to work for your money, there's gonna be periods of time where you're gonna be broke. But we're talking about when I say broke, I mean people who are just that are straight destitute and have nothing. And when they whenever
Yeah,
they
that's like third world.
yeah,
That's lower
yeah.
to the game. That's like third world shit.
Right, and that's what I was saying. In this climate in America, you have no excuse to be broke because in America you could be a homeless person with a cup out on the street and someone's gonna put some money on it. You ain't broke no more because you got something. You could go buy a coffee. You ain't broke when they say, "Hey, that cup of coffee costs $2." You got $2 in quarters in your cup. You ain't broke, but you still are poor. You know what I
Boy,
mean?
you ain't gonna find no $2
Coffee,
coffee in
$2
America,
coffee.
boy.
I know.
I'm just, I'm
Starbucks
just,
done
mess,
fuck that
I'm
up.
just messing with you. I'm just
I
messing
know
with you.
At the
Starbucks done fuck
Habib
that
at the
up.
Habib gas station.
You can tell he old school like me and stuff. He still talking
Two
about $2
dollars.
coffee and shit.
Yeah, at the Habib gas station.
Hmm.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. I
Hey,
mean, we've seen these prices jump. Like in the last 5 to 6 years, we've seen everything just jump up. Man, this is triple. You know what I'm saying? Everything is this capitalism shit experiment. It's just going crazy, bro. With the
Crazy.
gas prices. So
Well, the
it's,
market, the market is an auction. You know what I mean? It starts out with producers. It starts out with producers who want to sell their wares, and they don't know what price to sell it for. So they let the market determine it. You know what I mean? And then what ends up happening is that more people want it than they can produce. So they have to now it goes to auction, right? Because if we go to the flea market and we both want to buy a hat, right? And it's me and you, but there's only one supplier with one hat. Who gets the hat? The guy that's willing to pay the most money. So unfortunately, what has happened is that that there are more people who are willing and able to buy bare necessities at a higher price Okay, and there's not enough of it. There's not enough of it. There's not enough of the shit. There's not enough of the shit to go around. And the shit that uneducated poor people need, nobody's really gives a shit about that. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares anything about that. So they're underserved, and you get the bad food. You know what I'm saying? And your grocery stores in your hood get the produce that's going to expire in 5 days. And they went and bought it. It was originally at Publix or Kroger. You know what I mean?
Well,
And then the
I'm
grocery store.
gonna keep it real with you. I didn't know nothing about Whole Foods and shit until I was a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You know that what's the name of that store in Atlanta? What's the name of that store where they sell nothing but like organic food? I think it's Whole Foods.
Yeah, Whole Foods is a whole franchise. They got them
Right.
everywhere. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of black people didn't know about that. I mean, I didn't grow up eating no damn. I went to
Well,
like
shit, you couldn't afford. We couldn't afford. Man,
right.
my mama couldn't afford that shit. My mama got food stamps. But guess what though?
Let me cut in real quick. Whole Foods. I worked in the market industry for 12 years. Whole Foods just was a store that they didn't put into our neighborhoods. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're intentionally putting bullshit into our neighborhoods. These little
because that's all we can afford. Nobody's gonna put a Whole Foods on MLK.
No, because Whole Foods is in our neighborhoods now and close to our neighborhoods now, and I live in Philly. And
but they don't take food stamps.
They take food. Yes, they do.
What the hell?
Yeah, of course they have to. Of course
they do.
You crazy? I done bought so many
I appreciate that correction. I appreciate that correction. I appreciate that correction.
Food stamps, man. Listen.
Okay.
Government money.
Still, food stamps is something that the Democrats made sure that all these markets in the last 10 years would take them.
You mean the Republicans? It was part of FDR's New Deal, but go ahead.
Man.
He got stuck in that way.
The Democrats is the ones that gave us food stamps. It ain't
Man, FDR gave us food stamps as a part of the New Deal, but go ahead.
Okay.
And white people got subsidies. Don't do that. I mean, you're diluting your own argument when you say that.
Hold on. But they employ those food stamp differently. You know, the white man was able to keep his they able to keep.
Don't act like it was something that was done for you to help you. They just did that shit as part of fucking motherfucking civil rights. You got your separate but equal shit.
Mm-hmm. So, well, how the hell we get on the goddamn?
No, we got the food stamps now. We on food stamps.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying that black people. I'm saying that poor people. I'm saying that poor people don't.
What I was talking about, and I never even got a chance to finish it.
Go ahead, G.
I started off talking about how I worked for the market retail business for the last 12 years. I have a high insight on that business. I eat real healthy and real clean now, and I shop at a majority of all these stores. You know, I didn't shop there. I didn't work in a majority of them. The same food stamps that you're using to go to Save a Lot, to go to Great Value, and all these little low-income stores that they force into our neighborhoods, you can go and use that. And the products that you can go in there and buy, it's the same price as the other stores. If you ever find them in the other stores, there's no difference between the prices. And as far as food stamps go, that wasn't started basically because when I said the Democrats, when I started talking about the Democrats giving us subsidies, I'm not talking about no white man. I'm talking about the Democrats giving us subsidies. You're going way back to FDR when I'm talking about the Democrats giving us subsidies. Subsidies are coming from the Democrats. These are the ones who are subsidizing all this stuff, all these government-funded programs. It's not the Republicans. The Republicans want people to stand up for capitalism. They don't want people getting money. You heard what Donald Trump said about taking away the food stamps and sending out box food to people's houses and shit like that. That's the Republicans' mindset on, you know, we'll give you a little bit of food, but you ain't gonna get no digital currency to go buy food because you buy everything out there. Like you have people who buy seafood with food stamps. You need all types of sugary drinks. I live somewhere where they tax the sugary drinks.
Well, that ties right back into when you interjected. You said you wanted to, I was saying my mama got food stamps. The difference is when my mama went to Balo to get our groceries, my mama got zucchini, squash, we had liver nights some nights, and I ate Brussels sprout. I ate everything that my mom put on my plate because my mom said I cannot afford for you to get sick because I have to work and I have to go to school, and I cannot afford for you to get sick. So you're going to eat everything on your plate. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. And that's what I did. So we didn't have a whole bunch of sugary pops and Oreos and shit. The best my mom would do with some graham crackers. You better go in there and get an apple
I like
and
that.
drink water. I'm
You telling
making
your
one jug
age.
of Kool-Aid, and that shit gonna last 4 days.
That shit.
Your mom did good, cause all I had was them goddamn Ringos, powdered milk.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm talking about I had that real
Peas,
cornbread Earl and me type of shit, where you know what I'm
fries,
saying? So let's get back to the boxing because so we getting way we're gonna have to
Well, we were
dedicate a
talking about
show.
money. We was talking
pork,
about money. We was talking about the
pork,
economics of how the fights was happening. You know what I'm
pork.
saying? Of how these guys are the reason it's being forced now is not because of Tank and Ryan. It's more so Tank and Ryan happened because Tank and Ryan want to get a check, and that's the biggest check they can get. So as they realize they can't get
Well,
10 million
I don't.
guaranteed, they'll take
This is
5.
how I look at it. This is how I
Pork,
look at it.
pork.
Yeah. Go
Hold
ahead.
on. I sent you a video in private chat. We got Sean Porter now picking Errol Spence because of the pressure. He said if he's
Yeah. I saw that. I already spoke on it.
this one,
What it is, saying because the closer they get, all these legends and stuff, the closer that they
Switching shit
get
up.
to,
he's
yeah,
gonna
there you go. And you see, they really, they can't just bullshit
No
and say
more.
what. Right, the Bernard Hopkins had to come around, and I think Bernard Hopkins because of what I think a lot of people supporting Earl Spence Jr. because what he said about sanctioned body money. I think that hit
Hmm.
home to a lot of important figures like
Hmm.
Andre Ward when he said something about where's the money going, they see what kind of dude EJ is. He's a
Spence
very
is right.
conscientious
Hmm.
type person, and so now they kind of switching their stances on the fight because they see he's a lot deeper than just what I'm saying just a dude that's coming in there trying to get some money. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So these guys they've already put their blood, sweat, and tears and stuff in there. So I think they really starting to know who the real EJ is, and there's a lot more to him beyond boxing. So I think people starting to respect that. You know what I'm saying? They really starting to say, what's going on, Jay? What's going on, 2 Cent Boxing? Y'all subscribe to 2 Cents Boxing. What's going on?
What's going on, Paul? What's going on, chat?
Oh, chilling. Right. Thanks.
Yo,
Yes. So yeah, we all over the place right now. What do you think about Crawford and his this look he got going on, and you think it's going to help him or hurt him or what?
I think he's going to take on much more punishment than he needs to because his body is going to be too strong to fall, which is why I predict the stoppage.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. Could
Damn.
you could you break? I told you, but 2 Cents Boxing gonna be bullshit. Could
Damn.
you what you mean by too big to fall or too hard to fall? What you mean by that?
Well,
Break that
I've
down.
heard stories with boxers where they say, they've been in fights and they were so in shape that they just their legs were too strong and their body just went fall. I think Richard Pryor even have a joke about that somebody told him a story about that or something. But he's not. I could honestly say he probably
So you
won't
saying
get
he
knocked out.
overtrained? Like he's saying like he overtrained or something?
Not overtraining in the negative way. Like he's in so much shape, you're not gonna knock him out.
Mm, mm.
But
he ain't gonna fold.
I do
He
see
ain't
a
gonna fold.
stoppage, which is worse than a knockout because he's gonna take on way more damage.
Yeah, I
Mm.
believe that. I believe that too. That's why I said the ref gonna call it because he's gonna take a lot. He got heart and he gonna just take a lot of punishment. I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna go for the rematch. I don't think he's gonna be in a shape to.
Well, they got to
And
get
if
that
if
rematch.
he's nowhere near as durable as Ugas.
Mm.
Mm.
yeah,
I
Mm.
don't know
Hey,
what they talking about.
Yeah, if
yeah,
y'all don't know 2 Cent Boxing, man, y'all subscribe to 2 Cent Boxing. Let's get up to the queen up to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Subs, man. Let's do that, man. Come on, we got to support each other. Let's make it happen.
Yo,
Appreciate
yeah.
everybody. Mhm.
anybody got his Twitter?
Got who?
Anybody got Bud's Twitter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford's Twitter. Terrence Crawford's Twitter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hold on. No, I'll pull it up here in a sec. Let me get rid of that.
yeah. Post it.
Hey,
Let's see.
hey, let me think. Let me say this, man. This is what I think this fight gonna boil down to. Now, this is two high level fighters fighting. It's gonna boil down to this. I don't watched a lot of Crawford fights. And I don't watched a lot of Spence fights. You know what Crawford do very well is he punches with his opponent. He does a good job of punching with his opponent. He throws those quick little short accurate shots. He's able to catch you with a shot that you don't see. And the bottom line is, you know, Errol Spence Jr. gonna bring it. You know, he's gonna be throwing punches and setting everything up off the educated jab. It's gonna boil down to when Crawford punches with Errol and hits Errol with something, does he hurt Errol? If he don't hurt Errol, he gonna get beat. He gonna get punished or get beat by decision or get stopped late. If he's able to hurt Errol because he does a good job of punching with his opponent, he's probably the best boxer when it comes down to punching with his opponent, Crawford. If he's able to hurt Errol when he punches with Errol and catches him in between those shots that Errol be throwing and hurts Errol, then he have a good chance to win. That's what it's gonna boil down to. Can he hurt Errol? If he can't hurt Errol Spence Jr., he ain't gonna win because Errol Spence Jr. is too busy. He throws too many punches per round. He's one of the most when we talk about punch output, he's probably the highest in the welterweight division. You're not going to outwork and out hustle Errol Spence Jr. So Crawford definitely going to have to hurt him, and he's been able to do that with his I think he got 10 straight stoppages because he does a good job. Watch the adversary fight. Watch the Kavaliauskas fight. He did a great job of punching in between punches. He does a great job of punching with his opponent. He catches him with those shots. If he can't do that with Errol, he gonna get, like you say, he probably gonna get stopped or get beat by decision.
The only question about that is, can he do that on a high level, though?
Exactly.
All that sound good, but can he do it on a high level? We still don't know after 30 fights.
That sounds good to them Bud fans, and they don't realize that Bud Crawford was getting torn the hell up by Kell Brook earlier in that fight, to a point where fourth round his eye was swollen. I don't think he's stupid enough to go in there and try to exchange punches and punch in the middle of Errol Spence's punches. He's probably going to try to counter punch because he's a counter puncher. But Errol is going to go in there and he's going to get close to this guy. He's going to fight him mid range, long distance, close. I don't see Bud being able to do nothing in close. I don't see him doing nothing in close but grabbing. And I can see him fighting from the long distance. That's about all I can do. Mid range, I don't see him. If he's in exchange with Errol in mid range, that means he's going to try to throw in between those punches. He's going to get hurt.
He's going to get the worst of the exchanges from mid range.
And I think it's going to happen early when he doesn't realize that that's not how he's going to have to fight this fight. That's why I say fourth round, he out of there.
You say Errol gonna
that's the earliest. That's the earliest I've heard it.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see it being that early. But if he does that, that's impressive. If he do stop him that early.
Well,
I think Errol gonna win the fight. I'm pulling for Errol. I'm just giving both objective. I watch Crawford fight a lot. I watch Errol fight, and I think Crawford's only way to win that fight is to, catch him in between those punches. He does a good job of doing that. He's not gonna outwork Errol. If we go 12 rounds and nobody get knocked down, Errol gonna win basically off of activity and throwing more punches and being more busier.
I don't think it's impressive. I think based on what the hell is his name, Kell Brook fight. With Kell Brook being able to land on that man to the point where that man's eyes plural, started swelling up. If Earl's able to do that in the first couple of rounds, man, we don't know. Bud might end up folding. He may end up saying, "Fuck that, I quit."
Mm-hmm.
That man starts swelling up because he's in there getting a step to, like Earl said, he's going to step to him. And if he's able to do 50% of what Kell Brook was doing, maybe that's all it takes. One of those eyes before the fourth round is going to be closing up.
He had advantage. He had advantage over Brook. Like you say, he switched to southpaw and he basically took Brook jab away when he went southpaw. He's not gonna be able to do that with Errol because Errol's a southpaw.
And you can't even give him. You can have respect for him being able to get Kell Brook out of it, but take all the respect away from Kell Brook, because I swear Kell Brook quit in that fight. He got hit with that goddamn punch, and he started looking around like he was lost some goddamn where. I think he was thinking in that second that this man done fucked my eye up. I don't get my eyes fucked up no more. Let me go ahead and give up.
Well, the thing with Kell Brook, he wasn't trained with his people. He wasn't trained properly. And when you talking about you haven't made
prepare for that fight.
when you haven't fought at a weight class, in 3 years, and then you it was a money grab basically. And people thinking I'm just hating on Crawford, but that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Can you see Bud Crawford really fighting Kell Brook in his prime? You know what I'm saying? When he was champion, you know what I'm saying? He chose Jeff Horn to move up on. He didn't choose Kell Brook to move up on. You see what I'm saying? He chose the weakest champion at 147 at the time. You see what I'm saying? He didn't choose Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He didn't choose none of the guys who were considered better. Jeff Horn was the least of all the welterweights at the time that had a belt. So that tells me a lot about who Terrence Crawford is. See, for all the shit that they try to say about him, he never goes for the best at anything else. And I say the same thing about Canelo. You know, they never go for the best guys. They never go for the best guys in the prime. So I don't give a fuck what kind of argument people try to make. I look at how the fighters move, and they think people, be overlooking. They don't see the people they're choosing to fight. So I just say it over and over again. It ain't about hate; it's about how they're moving. You know what I'm saying? So he's not picking the best guys at the best time. So, and he's being strategic about how he's moving. So I just don't know how his fans don't see that. I just don't understand that.
Yeah,
Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know where I'm coming from?
yeah, I hear what you're saying. He never should have re-signed with Top Rank. I understand maybe the first contract signing with him. He never should have re-signed with Top Rank, man. He knew all the fighters were over there with the PBC, all the top names over there with the PBC. He should have never re-signed. The Jeff Horn fight was a in-house fight. They both was with Top Rank, but like I said, he should have never ever re-signed with Top Rank. But he took money over Legacy. Now he gets his last chance at the dance here against Errol Spence Jr. Finally getting a big fight against a top name with the PBC. So we'll see how it all play out July 29th.
Man, I almost had a heart attack when I heard that he resigned. I was like, this son of a bitch. I thought everything was going to change after that. Man, that made me so mad.
Yep. It's going to be
wanted
interesting.
I wanted
That's
to
what
see him in the
started the
ring.
great divide between Terrence Crawford fans.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they don't understand that everybody used to be Crawford fans until he re-signed in 2018, and we seen what he was doing. So they making all these insults about being aerosexuals and all that, but everybody fans of Bud Crawford. It's just that we saw him make a pussy punk ass move, and y'all won't admit to it. So you are the delusional ones. Saying when y'all seen him re-sign with Top Rank and all the competition was at PBC, that should have told you right there what time it was. Stop the cap. Everything after that is cap. That's why we keep bringing it up.
Man, I was jumping around doing cartwheels when I heard he was getting out of there, boy. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, man. Now I got Keith Thurman stepping up. That fucked me up. Man. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I just did
But
a video on my
go
channel.
ahead.
Y'all can check it out when y'all get off the chat called Terrence Bud Crawford is a business boxing genius because the way he strategically moved his career, the way he got paid all that guaranteed money to fight those low level fights, the way he made himself high quality food to feed himself to a PBC fighter, it was all perfect.
Yep.
Yep, he took less risk. He didn't have to take a lot of damage um, in the fight. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tucson. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you can't come back crying later that nobody respects your career. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you chose the money, but Errol got the legacy because he fought the better competition.
Yep. And that's what his
I,
trainer, Derek James, has been saying, man. He said, we've been in there with the better competition. We've been on this level fighting guys on an elite level. We don't think he's a good fighter, but he just ain't been on this level fighting guys at the elite level. Because if you fight guys at the elite level, you ain't going to just run through them like he been running through them guys over there at Top Rank. There's going to be some give and take in these type of fights. There's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows. And when you ain't used to being in that type of fight, how you going to react? So that's going to be the interesting thing to see how Crawford reacts to finally being in a fight with a little ebbs and flows. Now, when he fought Gamboa, that fight was a little bit like that, but that was at 135. He was a bigger guy, and he stopped him late. But that's probably the only fight where you can see he was kind of faced with a little bit of adversity. It was a little bit of back and forth. So we'll see what he do against a guy that's much bigger and a guy that's better than Gamboa and much more technical and much more fundamental. So we'll see how he responds July 29th.
And I want y'all to watch. They're gonna run the same play probably with Frank Martin and Shakur and Keyshawn. Like they're gonna continue to call out the PBC fighters, knowing they're not about to fight them.
Yep. You know, when I was watching that Porter fight against Crawford, man, Porter did a good job early on that fight with Crawford. And I guess he must have gassed out, but he was hitting him with some good right hands, and he had good head movement. He was ahead early, no doubt about it. He was getting him with some good shots. Crawford was grabbing off the ropes, but when he started tiring out, and I think when Crawford went to the southpaw stance, took away the right hand, he was able to back up Porter. Once I started backing up Porter, I knew it was over there. And I said, "Oh man, Porter backing up. He he in trouble." And he was able to stop him. But I thought that was a little bit more of Porter just running out of gas and
Well, that's what
basically
Porter
not being
said
the Porter
himself.
that we seen against Thurman and the Porter that we seen against Spence.
Well, if you notice Porter, he's talking more and more about that fight. He getting it in, and he's always picking at it. Where he's telling you he didn't do what his father told him to do in training. He thought he knew better, so he didn't train the way he trained for the Errol Spence Jr. fight. So he's just letting it be known that he wasn't prepared really to go to full 12 the way he usually do. So because he was thinking about podcasting and all this kind of shit, he was trying to get up out of there. So I sure hated for Bud, but if he wouldn't have re-signed in 2018, he would have had all that smoke. Saying at the front end instead of the back end. So he just waited late, and I think it was planned. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't have to fight these guys at their best. Um, I mean, I give him credit for leaving Top Rank, but he kind of missed the golden era. He
Yep.
missed Keith Thurman. What I'm saying? He missed the Danny. That's he would have gave us some of the best boxing years. That the 147 division would have been on another level if Terrence Crawford would have joined in. You know what I'm saying? And everybody made it about promotions and him saying like the PBC is Errol Spence Jr. company. I thought that was the most ignorant shit I ever heard in my life, bro. So I was upset with him for a long time. I was like, man, what is he doing, bro? He's always doing some different shit. What I'm saying? Instead of just going where the competition is, and then I start thinking about it. I say, he don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to what I'm saying, have the possibility of losing. None of the negotiations worked out. So I just kind of gave up on him, because he's gonna move the way he want to move. That's why I always called him the Black Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I called him the Black Canelo, you know.
Mhm.
So because he moved the way he want to move, he don't give a damn. It wasn't until maybe a year ago that he even started talking to black fans. Here, I heard he used to sit up on the bleachers and he wouldn't say shit to people and he wouldn't sign autographs and what I'm saying. So he's been he's changing. I can see him changing a little bit, but from what he used to be way back then in 2018, he was a real asshole, man. He was a jerk,
And
you
then
know.
he has the audacity to complain about how Showtime is promoting this fight. I
Hmm.
mean, it's not show. I mean, I don't know how much bigger they want them to promote the fight. And Crawford, you're not coming into this fight with a big name or this huge following behind you. I know it may seem like you got a huge following because people sit and cap for you on the internet, but you obviously don't have that big of a following like that. And I don't know, Showtime just not gonna hurry up and get you big in this one fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody need to pick out his shirts too, cause that shirt was ugly as hell. He be wearing them damn Versace shits. He be wearing them should be ugly as hell. But
Yeah,
that's
they got the wrong color scheme with them.
I
Wrong
mean,
color.
if you're gonna be a black ass, if you're gonna be black like that, bro, you got the the bright. Be careful of the bright ass colors. I mean, I'm dark skinned like that too, so you gotta be careful, bro. Don't be wearing them light blue shirts and shit like that, man. I'm like, damn, boy. Um,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
somebody give him a fade. I'm sorry, I'm eating chicken. Somebody give him a fade.
yeah. Like
You
he's
know.
trying to go get that fro look, but yeah, you need to fade that on that, cut that down like it was when he was, back when he was fighting
Mm,
Victor Poster, cut that thing down.
looking like Lamont Sanford everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So it's coming down to the wire. I wanted to get into this all access. I wanted to give us some chance to cook a little bit. But let's watch the little teaser. Anybody seen the teaser yet?
No, I'm getting ready. I'm looking forward to watching it tonight before the Martin fight. I know it come on before the Martin fight, so but I haven't seen any previews.
It's just
Well, I
more cap
want
Crawford.
say that again. What'd you say? 2 cents.
It's just more capping from Crawford.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to watch the teaser. I think it's like maybe I don't even think it's 10 minutes. Listen, let's go into it though. Let me see. Sometimes I forget how. Let me see how you go into this. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is for fair. This is protected under fair use. Excuse me, y'all. This thing loud as hell. Let me see. Let me turn it down some.
Mm.
On the best nights, when lightning jolts and thunder booms, when weathering is required and fight fans become meteorologists, boxing doesn't take place in the eye of any storm. It is the storm.
With all my favorite colors. This is a fight that I've been wanting for a long time. This is a fight that a lot of people say I've been running for. I've been scared of. We here now, and I'm gonna show the world I'm the best fighter in the world.
And so you already see they starting to get a little bit more. They're slowing it down a little bit and getting into the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Up close and personal, the training. I like this. I like this right here. What we're seeing from this teaser. Yeah, so the whole thing. I think it's going to probably be 30 minutes. It's going to be really good. Going to be really good. So I'm gonna have to stop it every night. They got this damn music on here too.
You can call it the ick factor. If you got it, you got it. Something just gotta be in you. And it's something that certain fighters got that certain fighters don't got. And it shows in the ring.
The imminent fracas between Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford guarantees that kind of fight. An extreme event of epic proportions, of dizzying danger, the kind that wrecks cities and enthralls a worldwide audience simultaneously.
They're getting it in, ain't they?
Yep. I think Crawford really think that fight he had with an adversary gonna give him an advantage. He think them 16 months that Errol Spence Jr. been off is gonna affect him, knocking off the rust. Because he seemed like he was much more eager in the negotiation after that adversary fight. Before the fight, he was dragging his feet and talking about they was not paying him what he's worth, and he said he agreed to it, but he really didn't. He's playing all kind of games, but he seemed much more eager after he got that fight in, knowing that Errol was waiting on him. Errol wasn't gonna fight until he get the Crawford fight. That's the only fight he wanted to fight at 147. So I think he got an advantage with Errol being out 16 months. But I think Errol put in the work at the gym, and he's sparring with high level fighters, Jamel Charlo over at the gym, and other fighters. So I don't think it's gonna be a big thing, but I do think Crawford think that's gonna be to his advantage, July 29th. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it play out. But that's why I know he's a little bit more confident now. I think he got advantage with the layoff from Errol.
Well, that too, and I think he wanted to bulk up. You know what I'm saying? To get to a comfortable weight to where he figured he can get his body to where he could withstand or compete with Errol on a, being a bigger guy. Having the bulk to go in there and face him. And I think he wanted to get his conditioning to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? By and having a fight in over Errol, going in a little bit more active than Errol. I think so. I think all that kind of putting one thing, it's kind of like making him feel confident that he could beat Errol Spence Jr. by just boxing. And I think that's what he's gonna do.
All that muscle he's putting in is putting on is gonna affect his.
Yep.
It's not like that muscle on over time. You're putting it on in a short period of time.
Yeah,
yeah, that's gonna affect your conditioning.
Yeah, that's something Jamel's gonna have to look out for. Because he's naturally a muscular guy, so that might help him. But when you pack on a lot of muscle like that, and it needs the oxygen to operate once you get to moving, But if you never know if he go to cramping. He had that Manny Pacquiao cramping shit going on. That's something else too. So we it's a number of ways you can look at it. So. But he is a wiry guy, so he's going to show a lot of definition as he's working out and losing weight. So we just never know. Look like you could tell he done gained weight because he's puffy around the eyes and shit.
Just like how that weight affected Wilder in the Fury fight. Theoretically, you would think, oh, I need to gain weight, but that really affected him moving around in his condition.
Man, I mean, he threw 2 punches and he was tired as hell, bro. Mm.
Yeah, that third fight. He survived them rounds on willpower. Let's say he was gassed after about 2 or 3 rounds, but he just got a lot of heart Wilder. He was able to hang in. Anybody else would have been knocked out way before that. He got knocked out. Actually, he showed a lot of willpower. Just get to what he got knocked out in the 11th. It's on pure heart, pure heart. He didn't have no
Yeah.
gas. After, like I say, after the second, third round, he was gassed. So
Because
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
one thing to get like it's one thing to get stronger. Because of course he needs to be stronger, but he's also trying to get bigger for the impact. So they're gonna cancel each other out. You're getting bigger to be able to handle the impact, but you're also getting bigger and there's less in your condition.
Mm.
yeah, like I
Hmm.
said, it's a yin and a yang. Yeah, I got. Yep.
Okay, let's get back into it.
He's accomplished a lot. I've accomplished a lot. What better way to have two prime undefeated fighters fighting for supremacy of the welterweight division?
Don't take him to school. This ain't no hype, it's the truth.
I have all the ability, and I'm gonna
So,
beat
y'all
one of
see,
the
y'all
best
see
fighters
Bernie,
in the world ever
Bernie the
so
seen.
Bernie,
boxer in there.
Who's the
when it's a
best
camera
fighter?
around, Bernie gonna make sure he say something get on that camera, boy. He the ultimate hype man, flavor of the boxing man. God damn.
Mm.
On Saturday, July 29th, when two undefeated champions brawl for 4 belts, they
What's
will
wrong with
share the
Keyshawn? I
Rematch
think,
trophy.
no, oh, this is the son.
But when the perfect
No, no, I think that's his boy. I think that's his boy.
Got that old Keyshawn out there.
A little black pop-eyed ass. No, if it was Keyshawn, them eyes be pop. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
storm hits with staggering force, rattling and reverberating. Another undisputed title at stake. They won't share an agreement afterwards. Only the winner can decide whether this storm is indeed perfect.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire, man. Once they get in that, so they're showing a lot more footage of them in the gym. That look like that's gonna be fire right there, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. I like episode 1 was good, but like this episode 2 gonna be even better. So I can't wait to. It's gonna come on 30 minutes before the Showtime card with the Frank Martin card. So I'm gonna definitely
Yes.
check it out.
So yeah, this definitely gonna get. See, this is why this fight is gonna do so well. I mean, just what they putting into it, and the kind of introducing, the casuals to these two guys. Of course, we already know the story, but you got to get out there and put yourself out there. Like, if you don't put yourself on Twitter, what I'm saying, you're going to be missing views that, what I'm saying, like if you want to, what I'm saying, like when you want to advertise or something like that, or if I want one of my videos to do well, I'll go ahead and I'll put the link on Twitter, and you're going to get more, exposure, the more you put into your channel, or, what I'm saying, or into the promotion of this fight. So I think they're going to get more eyes on the fight than these other fights, because they really putting a lot into the production. And I'm noticing that, even though these guys are not that entertaining outside the ring, I think it's gonna do real well, man. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping it's the highest grossing fight, what I'm saying, for this year. Because that'll inspire us to get better matchups. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. I see at least doing around 500,000, but it could go up to about 800. But I think the floor is 500,000. I think it does no lower than 500. And I'm interested to see what they do to weigh in. I remember when Take and Ryan had their weigh in, they had their weigh in outside. And they had a huge crowd, so hopefully they'll see that and put that weigh in, outside right in front of one of those casinos in Las Vegas, wherever. What are they fighting at? Fighting at Mandalay Bay or MGM, and have it right outside where everybody can see it and let the public in free. That'll help hype the fight up. Got all the crowd out there for the weigh-in. They do the stare down and they talk to him after the stare down. We just see it in his eyes, and that'll get the fight even more people more excited for the fight the next night.
Mm-hmm.
It
What you were
hasn't been
saying?
no crowd. It hasn't been no crowds part of anything. That's what's kind of making the promotion kind of dry. Like there's never a crowd. There was no crowd at the first press conference. They weren't even like face to face on the virtual press conference. That was more like an interview, and it's not been a lot of head to head like that in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that could hurt it. That could, like you said, it could hurt it. And I think it's going. I think they're gonna have a UFC event on that same night. They might have. I think they got a UFC pay-per-view event on it that same night. You know, it's different fans. You got the MMA fans, you got the boxing fans. You know, it's kind of separate, but still, it's not gonna help it. You know, you got something else going on that people can spend their money on. So they definitely need to, like you say, they should have been interviewing. They should have had the press conference in the crowd, and they damn sure better have their weigh-in in front of the crowd. And like I said, I'll be trying to put it outside where let everybody in free. That'll add to the atmosphere for the weigh-in.
well, we know what the UFC is. You know, the UFC is because white people are tired of losing in boxing. So they created the UFC. You know, black people they don't like getting down there and wrestling and shit. So they dominate in UFC and we dominate in fucking boxing. So kind of like hockey. You know what I'm saying? It's like, black guys don't go up there ice skating and shit like that. But if they bring that shit down south, you know what I'm saying, it'll be a problem.
Yep.
They bring that shit and they put some heat up in that goddamn ring. It's a problem, goddamn it. So,
Yep.
but I think the fight's going to be successful. And like you said, you know what I'm saying, they got, we don't have Don Kings no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't have Don Kings. We don't have Howard Cosell no more. All the announcers, you know what I'm saying, they're normal. They're not characters no more. You know, the Larry Merchants. I see a butterfly, you know what I'm saying, fly across the sky. What is the meaning of that? Just out of nowhere, you'd be like, what the fuck is Larry talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We don't have the showmanship anymore. Everybody's so worried about what the woke people are talking about, or say being called to the carpet on something. No, still make your mistakes. Go in there, take off Howard Cosell's toupee. You know what I'm saying? Like Muhammad Ali did. You know what I'm saying? Still go out there. You know what I'm saying? Be guys. Don't be afraid to be guys. So everybody's so afraid to say the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Or not be themselves, or say the correct things all and every time. Larry Merchant didn't give a shit. He would say, it will be no more black heavyweight champions. He'll say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like he would break out and say some shit like that. And I'm like, you may hate that shit, but you know what I'm saying? He gonna tell you what the hell he thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's what I loved about Larry Merchant. He didn't give a fuck how it came out. He tried to be on some poetic bullshit, but you'd be like, this boy ain't making no damn sense and stuff. But I love that he was a character. And we need to get.
Yeah, like I said, he's doing a little poetic thing at the end of the night. He'll come with that little poetic statement, profound statement at the end, and then the show end. That used to be good, man. Like I say, he would say some crazy outlandish stuff, but he was a character and he was a personality. We don't have that. Like you said, Howard Cosell, he would be, he'd be perfect for a fight like this. Interviewing those guys and trying to get those guys to open up on what they're gonna do, but we don't have them type of people no more.
Who's it? Down goes Frazier.
Oh yeah,
down goes Frazier.
Yes,
I was like, that shit was classic, bro.
Yeah, Foreman knocked him down. Yeah, that was down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Yeah, that was that go down in history, man. One of the most profound announcement in sport, not only boxing but sports history. We said that. That's what everybody know about that. So.
That's good. They're not making the relationships with the athletes, like they used to. You know what I'm saying? The athletes don't trust these motherfuckers because they so snakish, and you know what I'm saying, they'll do anything for a click. They'll do anything just to get a little bit more clout. And they're not really investing to the craft of this media thing. So we're missing. It's gotten watered down. So so we don't get those personalities like that no more. Now it's a dude on PBC, I think, with the glasses. Every now and then he'll kick out some phrases and stuff. The dude with the glasses and kind of like, I think he's balding or something like that.
Yeah, with the toupee. I know you're talking about the guy there.
I like him.
Yeah, he good. Al Bernstein used to be good too. And he's back there with Muhammad Ali, but he was on Twitter talking. Adrian Brown was talking about, he was on Twitter talking about him. That's why he went off on him at that press conference when he was about to fight Pacquiao.
He done took that blue pill. See what I'm saying? He done took the blue pill. They done hemmed him up and told him he better get with the program, or he gonna be a has been. Cause Alstein used to be one of the best at you know what I'm saying, at calling it down the middle. Now he's with the program. He's in the matrix now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, he's a boxing historian, and like I say, he follows Muhammad Ali's career. He got some documentaries on Muhammad Ali, Thriller Manila, and all that type of things. And they pretty much muted him. He just you don't even know he don't make any kind of statement. If you ain't really just paying attention, you don't even recognize him on the show on the broadcast. You watching the fight, you hear somebody talking about it, but you really don't even take too much what he say to heart, man. It's like, come on, man. Like I said, you said they muted him. He just there.
Right. Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear Floyd Mayweather have to go off on them up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear these fighters and the announcers go at. You know how Bernard Hopkins used to get into it with Larry Merchant, and Larry Merchant come up there with that sideways shit. You know what I'm saying? And try to call his performance a piece of shit or something. And Floyd Mayweather, say, hey man, you don't know shit about boxing, bro. Bro, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. You can tell he liked a certain type of fighters and certain type of fights. He like them rock 'em, sock 'em, robot type of fights. Two flat-footed fighters bang away each other. He like them type of fights. Any type of skill, sweet science, he talk. He talking down on me. He'll be making all kind of behind the scenes type of remarks. Saying letting you know that he don't really like what he watching, that type of
Well,
stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, come on, man.
Well, I mean, look how many times he had to eat his words with Roy Jones. Roy Jones would start out boxing, and then you end up knocking the guy out, and then he have to eat his words. Well, Roy, why don't you fight like that all the time? It's like, Larry, if you don't get your ass up out of here, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
went off in that Floyd fight.
Yeah, we used to hate on Floyd big time, bro. I mean,
yeah.
it was just, but he was a personality. I want to see whatever you're like. What's that? Chris Mannix. I think Chris Mannix is the next Larry Merchant type motherfucker. That just always hating.
Yeah, even
Always.
Max Kellerman, he's doing them post-fight interviews. He just say some crazy stuff too, some about it too. I remember he told Robert Garcia, "Yeah, man, you finally got you an A-side fighter, man. You finally got you an A-level fighter, man. You done made it to the big leagues." Robert Garcia got said, "What the fuck? What you talking about?" Yeah, he went off on Robert. He said, "Motherfucker, say that shit." Yeah, he talking about how they finally made it to the big league with an A-level fighter. Like you said, yeah, you had a bunch of C-level fighters you was training. You finally, yeah, I like that.
It's like if it was any one of these announcers you want to punch in the face, it'll be Chris Mannix, bro. I mean, he just come in there with that fuck look on his face, bro. It's just oh God, bro, that nigga he be coming at Demetrius Andrade sideways when he I was like, Demetrius, you are such a punk, bro. I said, you gonna let these dudes sit up there in your face and play you to the side, you know what I'm saying? Never try to mention you in the same breath with Triple G. I just gave up on he needs some black friends growing up. He's one of them kids that grew up in the suburbs, and he needed some black friends. He needed them niggas that drink on 40s. He need to go sit down on a gate beside them niggas that owe child support. You know what I'm saying? And tell them, hey man, don't let them motherfuckers go in there like that and talk to you like that. They're not even mentioning you in the same breath with Canelo. And I was like, what is going on with him? It's like he should be more aggressive, bro. But
Yep, yep.
one of them suburb kids, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
One of
he
them
ain't
squares. Yep.
Nigga, I think he like hippie-ish though. Like he like that kind of like that California vibe type bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's from Rhode Island, so he's from over there in that area.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean, I ain't even okay.
yeah,
That
Boo.
makes
He's
a
from
lot of
Rhode
sense.
Island. Yeah, he over there in the
Hmm.
East Coast. Right outside the big city, over there in Rhode Island on the East
Like
Coast.
he'll be comfortable in the skateboard park,
Yeah,
type
exactly.
shit.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said, Cop Killer says, Tyson Fury, the limp wrist, broke back British sissy is willing to fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The heavyweight division right now is weak as hell, bro. I don't even think about that shit. Like that shit, they done made it so irrelevant. So, now you got the 147 division is taking over.
yeah.
E-
147 to 135. Yep,
Tyson Fury
taking
took
over.
the integrity out of the heavyweight
yeah,
division.
yeah, yeah. You're right. And and now we got now. We always knew that announcers were biased, but it's so bad now. It's so bad they cap for a living. Tim, like you said, Tim Bradley.
Oh my
He'll just
God.
say,
Do he be serious? I can't decide. Do he be serious or is he really tripping?
I think it's both. What I'm saying, I think something broke inside him when he when he won that fake match against Manny Pacquiao, and people was coming at him, I wouldn't even told motherfucker I was contemplating suicide. I wouldn't have never. That's like the white people shit when you just tell your feelings and shit like that for real on TV. He said I was about to commit suicide because people was on me so bad. I was like, oh God, you need some black friends, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You let them white people buck break you, man. You let them people put you in a fetal position, man. You should have been like, man, I won, man. No, I don't. Would you all me? Take that up with
Exactly.
the judges. Take that up with the judge. I just went out there and fight. I ain't got nothing to do with the decision.
Right.
You need to go after the judges. Don't go after me. I wouldn't have cared. I said I won the fight. It was close. And I was it was a lot of swing rounds, and I won them, and I got the dub, man. I wouldn't worry about what them white people were saying. Gee,
Right.
take that up
Well,
with the judge.
it ain't the white people. It's the everybody. He said he just couldn't take it. But bro, I mean, you're a good fighter, but it's like, why you let it affect you like that? You won the fight, so you know what I'm saying. And then you went out there and you lost. So it is what it is. So, but when you're trying to be everything to everybody,
Think Tim Bradley is a Hall of Fame?
hell no, I
Yeah,
don't.
listen, he beat Pacquiao. He beat Marquez. He beat
I
him
know
pretty
they're gonna put him in
easy.
there. They're gonna put him in there,
Oh yeah,
but
he in there now. He got put in there this past year. The last enshrinement he got in. Him and
well,
Carl Froch got in.
Well, when he fought Pacquiao them many times, I knew they were gonna put him in there. But to me, he ain't no damn Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Can he fight? Yeah, he's a pretty good little fighter. But I wouldn't say he's somebody that should be in the Hall of Fame. But if they put him in there, it's okay. I'm not gonna argue.
Well,
You know what I'm
he
saying? Just
he beat Pacquiao. He beat Marquez. He beat Devin Alexander. He beat Kendall Holt. He went over there to the UK and beat that. But what's that guy that was a good fighter? Got a lot of hype. He wasn't that good actually, but he got that typical UK hype. Then he got exposed when he got in there with a decent American fighter. I can remember that guy's name, but he went over there and beat him. So he got about 4 or 5 strong wins. Then he beat that Russian right after he beat
now that
Pacquiao. He
was a
fought
good
that
fight.
Russian.
That was a
Yeah,
good fight.
yeah.
Oscar Petrovich or
Yeah,
some shit like
Prognovoc. He fought the
Petrovich.
wrong fight though because he was trying to show his heart because everybody was getting on about the Pacquiao fight. He fought the wrong fight. That probably took some years off his career that fight, but he won that fight.
Provocative.
He got some good wins. I don't have no
I'm
problem with him in
saying,
the Hall of Fame. You got Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame. Well, you better Bradley should be in the Hall of Fame. You got Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame.
oh,
Rest in
I
peace.
know, I know this nigga here lying like a motherfucker. Cause you tell me so. I remember when Poole County was a Bud fan. What happened? I know you lying like a motherfucker. I know you ain't. If you know this channel, you know that's a goddamn lie. You know what I'm saying? But I was higher on Bud before he stopped making certain moves. When I thought that Bud was going to make the fight, I think I was a lot higher on him. But he just kept messing around. Look what year it is, bro. You know what I'm saying, for us to get this fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though now we got the fight and we could just forget about all that other stuff. But I tried to be more fair to Bud when I thought he was gonna go for the fight, and he just yanked that chain a lot over the years. And well, another thing is that the Bernie Boxer channel, all that shit rub you the wrong way. It makes you just like Lomachenko when he gets so much credit for being a regular boxer, bro. You just get tired of the narratives, and you want people to go on the truth. And it's just a lot of capping in boxing nowadays. It's a lot of trolling in boxing. It just kind of like you get tired of hearing bullshit, right? So that's the thing about Terrence Crawford. He got so much bullshit that come with his name. Is who he's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like Errol Spence Jr. One thing about it, it's just ironic that that's his moniker is the truth because he tells the fucking truth, no matter how messed up it is. We can't say that about Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? All you get is a bunch of lies and cover up. You know what I'm saying? And niggas don't like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, be real, nigga. I mean, no, despite, keep your personal thing to yourself, but at least be truthful when people speak to you. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't like lying ass niggas. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yep.
Mhm. I don't like lying ass niggas, and I don't like. Well, I mean, I could talk shit, but when it comes down to the realness of what's going on, do you want to fight? When you gonna fight? So are you holding out for money? Is it business? Is it personal? You know what I'm saying? Keep it real, bro. You ain't you don't give up nothing by just being real. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I would trust EJ over Bud Crawford about any information. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all that is. But I know you can't be talking about me because I'm always EJ fan, going all the way back. This is Brian Bradley says Brian Byron Bradley says Derrick James has the best fighters at 135, 145, 154. Yeah. And then, I ain't gonna say he got the best heavyweight, but what I'm saying, I'm interested to see what he's able to do with AJ. And if he and it's you're gonna be able to tell immediately because if if AJ becomes a better boxer, you're gonna know it immediately. You know what I'm saying? That's the good thing about AJ because his skill set, he's not the best boxer in the world. So if he sharpens up out there, especially with Ryan Garcia, if he goes out there, I think Ryan Garcia is going to be the crazy experiment. He's going to be mixing the purple Kool-Aid with the red Kool-Aid, and you're going to get something like really crazy come out. He's going to be dangerous as hell.
I think
Um,
Ryan Garcia got a shot to compete at 140. He definitely
you
has a
think?
shot.
Say that again, Queen. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I think Ryan Garcia has a shot to compete at a high level at 140.
Mm. How high do you think he can go? Like 154, 160?
I definitely think he can get a belt. If he's more strategic enough, I think he can get a belt at 140. But I mean, I'm not talking about weight. I feel like he can fight higher level fighters at 140. Better
Hmm.
fighters than he was fighting at 135.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
140-pound division, and once you get Haney up there, and then you got Teofimo, them probably to me the top two. Matthias, he a wild card. That guy got power in both hands. He's not the greatest boxer in the world, but when you got dynamite in both hands, you a threat. But outside them three, yeah, Ryan definitely could compete up there. And one thing Derek James gonna do is I think he's gonna develop that jab. You look at the jab that Errol Spence Jr. has, and
Yeah.
yeah, and the jab that Frank Morton got, I think they're gonna develop that jab and develop that right hand. 'Cause he got the left hook, that's already covered. He just needs to get that right hand going. So he make that right hand a weapon. Once he's able to do that and use his size and length and his speed, he'll be a problem for anybody at 140.
And the crazy
I
thing
think Ryan
is,
should go get a Broly belt.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Rolly,
yeah,
Rolly, Rolly got the Rolly. They probably finna strip Rolly, man. Because Rolly was he supposed to be fighting O'Hara Davis. He been ordered to fight him because he fought for a vacant belt. Anytime you fight for a vacant belt, you got mandatories coming up that you must take care of, or they'll strip you. So he about to get stripped because he keep talking about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, that fight not gonna happen no time soon because he trying to get out the contract with Golden Boy. So that might take some months, maybe even years for him to get out, up in court. That might get tied up in court, so he might be out of action for a little while. Ryan Garcia.
and what's wrong with what's wrong with Oscar De La Hoya? So he had to go through a development when it comes to boxing. When he got with Mayweather father, and he had to develop his right hand, just kind of like Ryan Garcia. It's almost like they're similar, but of course, Oscar mindset is different from Ryan Garcia. But that's because Oscar had that domineering father. He had that father that saying that throw your ass out there on the deep end and you don't know how to swim, and kind of dad. Saying so. But I don't think Ryan was kind of more spoiled. But what is going on with the Golden Boy brand? What is going on with the Golden Boy camp? It's like they can't seem to get out of their own way. And you would think that Oscar De La Hoya would be a perfect promoter, knowing the ins and out of what fighters go through mentally, but they just don't seem to be there for the fight. Even Mayweather, they could do so much more for these fighters in their development, but it's just like they just so into themselves, bro. I just don't understand. I thought they was gonna be like the perfect promoters, but these guys they still on their own. They're still all about themselves, man. It's like he could have made Ryan such a better fighter, bro. I mean, I just don't understand how.
I think Ryan had trust issues with Oscar because I couldn't understand like why because you see Ryan Garcia training in the all accesses for the Javante Davis fight. He was in his house in the garage. You see Ryan Garcia working out with Derrick James. He's not in his house. He's not in no garage. He in the gym. So I think that he had trust issues with them because I don't think they really wanted him to take that fight.
Hmm.
And which I don't know why it's a big money fight. And then I don't think him and Joe Goosen got along. So I thought that was weird for him to even be his trainer. And then after they didn't show up at the press conference, I felt like it maybe kind of confirmed, my thoughts about them having trust issues.
So
Yeah,
you think Ryan don't like the spatula training?
Yeah, I don't know what it is because Rock.
that one went over 2 cent head. She didn't even get.
Oh no, I forgot about that. I forgot about.
I'm just messing with you. Oh man, I don't know what it is about these stars, y'all. It's like they got they got what it takes to get in, to make the mentally on the psychological side, because they were all young when they came in, and I don't know what they need to do. I mean, it's like they socially awkward. It's like they only got one skill set to be great boxers themselves. They can't expand it. It's like they don't know how to give back or something. Because imagine if Mayweather just spent all this time into developing Tank, showing them how he think, giving them the take. I mean, man, he would be on a
think they're like, I think they're just like selfish and stubborn by nature.
yeah,
And I know Mayweather probably felt like I ain't want nobody telling me what to do, so he probably feel like shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody else what to do.
yeah.
yeah,
It's
like you,
something going on. It's a barrier they can't break. It's a
yeah, Flo,
barrier.
yeah, Florida just can't stop talking about itself, man. He's always start reminiscing like Mary J. Blige about his career when he was at the Tank Davis's fights. That's why he kept doing that. When I was fighting, man, I had to take a short end of the stick of against De La Hoya, not Ryan Garcia. I got to take a short end of the stick. You know how he chose the gloves, he chose the ring side, he chose the judge. You got to talk about his career, man. Nobody trying to hear that man promote Tank Davis, man. It's his time. You had your time, but he just can't help himself. I think he still don't think he got no credit for his career. He believe he should be up there with the Muhammad Ali's and the Sugar Ray Leonards and
Yeah.
Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, and they don't put him up there. But he feel he should be up there. So every chance he get, he want to remind people that he ain't never lost, and those guys lost, and they lost. Ali lost to Leon Spink, the guy that just got out the Olympics. I would have never lost to him. He lost to Foreman, me beat Foreman, laying on the rope. Why you do that and all that type of stuff? I always trying to downgrade the great to lift his own self up. But why don't you just say what you did in your career? You did this, you was undefeated. You fought 26 world champions, so you say you beat them, and it's part of your career. Don't try to downgrade the greats, because you ain't gonna never be up there with those greats. Those guys fought the best. Those guys got in the ring with the best, and they put it all on the line. They wasn't worried about their ego. So
Hey,
that's another thing I think hurt him.
Hey, two said put your link in the chat. Everybody asking about you. Yeah, I'm saying put your link in there. They want to, y'all subscribe to Tusa. Y'all hear the fire, man. I mean, she know what she's talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she go check out her content. You know what I'm saying? It is great. And what we're gonna do, because we're gonna come back and watch the Frank Martin fight tonight. We're gonna cover it live like we always do. And so we're gonna take a break. You know what I'm saying? And come back when Frank Martin come on later on. I think he comes on Showtime, right?
They
Anybody
come
know
on
what
9
time?
o'clock. 9 o'clock. They're gonna have the all access Spence versus Crawford part 2 at 8:30. So that's gonna be good.
Mm.
Must see TV.
Well, y'all shoot back through, because we're gonna of course cover that fight live and get on it. We're gonna have a good time. I think I'm gonna go get me some drink tonight. So all right, give me some.
I
You
already
know,
got my drink. You gonna get you a little? Gonna go hit that liquor store, huh? Pull a
yeah,
con.
yeah, I already know. I gotta go get me some Hennessy and Coke, and we're
Yeah,
gonna be talking shit like with a
yeah,
motherfucker when we get back in here. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Subscribe to 2 Cent Boxing, and we'll see you guys back here at 9 o'clock, and we're gonna get it in. And Pool kind of gonna have his Hennessy and the Coke. We're gonna get over than the motherfucker up in here. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.